Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is story about what if Hiruzen makes Naruto Hokage part 1. Before I start, please do support for more amazing content and comments for part 2. Do consider to subscribe my channel and share my video to your friends and check out the description as well. Let's start the video. I hope you understand your faults here, Naruto-kun, said Hiruzen Sarutobi. Yeah, Gigi, I'm sorry, said blonde Jinchuriki, not looking from the floor, an action that put frown on Elder's face. I'm not mad at you, my boy, as you were following your sensei's orders, but you should know better. Everything ended well, if by well one can consider one of the promising Chunin turning traitor and wanting to kill another Chunin, and Genin, said Sandaime, massaging his temples. Naruto's eyes for the first time since start of the conversation left the floor as his head snapped up to look at his grandfather in all but blood. What do you mean, Genin, Gigi? What I mean is that even though you failed the exam for the second time, you learned Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, which is a very advanced version of Bunshin no Jutsu which made you failed. Therefore this is yours now, said the professor, putting Konoha's Hitaiite on his desk and pushing it forward for the blonde to take. Naruto stepped forward and raised his hand, gracing Konoha's symbol, an action that put soft smile on the elderly Sarutobi's face, a smile that quickly turned into a look of confusion, when the boy stepped back, not claiming the object that he craved for from the moment he stepped in the academy. Naruto-kun? I can't. What do you mean you can't? Today Iruka-sensei, one of my precious people, almost died because of me. I'm not strong enough, I'm not good enough yet. I can't accept this, knowing that I get it by being fooled and causing harm to one of the people I want to protect the most. What kind of Hokage would I be if I'd do that to Bayo, said Naruto, while his eyes burned with determination that Hiruzen Sarutobi saw only in one person before, the boy's mother. Naruto-kun, Sandaime looked at the Jinchuriki sadly. Nothing will change your decision. Seeing him shake his head negatively, he could make only one choice. Very well. Then I will tell Iruka to expect you after vacation in his class. If it's all, then I think it was a long day, and we all deserve rest. Thanks, Gigi, but since this was going to be my reward, can I ask for something else? Asked the blonde hero. Reward? It's too late for ramen, since Ichiraku is closed already, and I won't give you another jutsu, said Sarutobi, narrowing his eyes at the end of his speech. No, it's nothing like that. It's just psi Iruka-sensei said once that thanks to chakra control we can use jutsu better and we waste less chakra. So if I got better control, then I could make even more clones and kick even more asses. So even though I know that I probably will never be as good at this as Sakura-chan, and because that leaf thingy don't seems to help me, as a reward I would like to request all chakra control exercises, Databayo, said Naruto, trying to be as professional as possible. All? Yeah, all. I know I'm pushing my luck to Bayo, but I don't want to be weak anymore. I want to be strong enough to protect my precious people, to protect this village that is precious to me. I want to be strong enough to live without regret, Databayo, said Naruto, while the fire in his eyes intensified 1,000 times. I don't know if there is someone whose will of fire burned brighter than yours, Naruto-kun, and to think the villagers take you for the Kyuubi. Such ignorance, thought Hiruzen, as cup his chin, thinking, let's make a deal. I will give you them. Awesome. Let me finish, said Sarutobi, at which Naruto had decency looked sheepish and scratched the back of his head, mumbling, apologize. As I was saying, I will give you all, but not at the same time. Seeing confusion in the young one's eyes, he took out blank scroll, and when he ended writing something, continue. This is the next exercise, after, as you called it, the leaf thingy. When you master it I will give you next one, okay? Thanks, Gigi, yelled Naruto, taking scroll and hugging Hokage. Don't mention it. Besides, this is the least I can do to atone for all the pain my decision and this village put you through, said the professor, looking down at the blonde with soft, sad smile, while he hugged him back. Don't worry, Gigi. I never was too good at holding grudges. I forgave them long time ago. All this hatred thing never made any sense to me, said Naruto, giving Sarutobi his 1kkmw smile, which the elder chuckled at and ruffled young one's hair. That's why you're so special. Let me give you a piece of advice though. If you want to be Hokage, you have to be good at economics, geography of elemental nations, laws, those of Konoha and international, and many more. I hope you know where I'm going, said elderly Sarutobi. You mean I have to study? Oh man, I hate studying, it's so burying. Psi well, if it will help me be better Hokage then there's no helping it, but there may be a problem, Gigi. Problem? What kind of problem, Naruto-kun? You just have to go to the library, and Sarutobi stopped, seeing that young boy was now avoiding looking in his eyes, which confused him greatly. Naruto-kun? Yeah, I tried that, but the lady said that it's better for the likes of me to be as far from books as possible. I only tried to get some history books to Bayo. So would it be okay if you write me a note for her to allow me to get books, Gigi? Asked blonde Jinchuriki. I'll do something better than that. Next time when you come to me for new chakra control exercise, I will send one of my ANBU with you to the library, to make sure you will be allowed access at any time you want, said Sandame, smiling at his grandson in all but blood. Cool, can it be Nico? She was nice to me in the past, and she have pretty hair, not as pretty as red or pink hair, but really pretty too, said Naruto with his signature grin. Hee, very well. Oh, and before you go, you can train at Training Ground 50. I will make sure to put it as occupied as it was not used in some time, and you can train afar from prying eyes, said old Hokage, at which Blonde thanked him for now of you go. It was a long day, we all need rest, and with one last hug the Blonde stormed out of the office, letting thoughts to consume him. Hiruzen looked out of the window. You both would be proud of him today. I just hope you will find it your hearts to forgive me in this village for all the things your son had to endure, although maybe we all deserve your wrath. That boy is too good for his own good. I hope that will never change though, and with this final thought he stand up and left the office to retire for the night. Naruto was standing in a small clearing of Training Ground 50, his training ground for some time. There was a small river on the other side of the clearing that was surrounded by the forest. The Hokage was right, it wasn't used in some time since the grass was reaching almost to his knees. All in all, a good place to train. Not being one to waste time, he quickly unrolled the scroll and took out his torch he get from his apartment, and started reading. Man, it's good thing that I left those clones to clean my place. It was such a mess. Okay, running up and down a tree using only my chakra to stick to it, I will get it in no time, Databayo. Half an hour later we can see drenched in sweat Blonde Shinobi in training laying on the ground panting. Damn, it's harder than I thought it will be, but said as he raised and readied himself to charge the tree once more. Nothing worthy comes easy, I guess. And with that he run at the tree, but before he managed to put his foot at the bark his head was bombarded with memories which ended with him running in, instead of up the tree. Ugh, what was that? It's like I suddenly remembered that I cleaned up my apartment from couple different clones. He exclaimed sitting up, but how it's like I didn't only remember that, but have done that myself. Okay, let's try it out. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Out of the smoke appeared 10 clones. Okay, broke into 2 groups. First we'll be doing physical exercises, each one different, and second group will work on tree walking exercise, do it for half an hour and then dispel. Hi Oyabun-sama. Okay, now I have a little time to rest, said Naruto as he sit down against a tree watching his clones working. Okay, time's up, dispel asterisk poof asterisk strange, I don't feel any stronger, so that mean that I will have to train my body on my own, but he said as he run to and up the tree, managing to get higher than even his clones before slipping up, which put colossal smile on his face. Chakra control, learning jutsu and maybe even taijutsu styles can be left to clones. Now Tajukage Bunshin no Jutsu this time created 100 copies of himself. Okay, choose a tree and start running up. Every 5 minutes the one that got the highest out of you will dispel, to help others. If you reach top, start pretend to fight, that will help to do it without thinking, I think. Well, get to it. Hi Oyabun-sama. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Another 15 copies came into existence. You guys go and read all the scroll at my, well, ours I guess, apartment dispel once you understand all that is written in it. Hi Oyabun-sama, and with that they run off. Okay, it's time to work that body of mine to the ground, Dabayo, he said, hitting his fist into open palm, and smirked. When I will graduate I will be strong enough to protect this village and those precious to me, or my name is not Uzumaki Naruto Databayo. Good morning Hokage-sama, said young, attractive, brown-haired, black-eyed woman from her seat behind the desk. If one were to look closely there could be seen a ring on her finger indicating that even living for only 20 years on this world, she was already taken. Good morning Akira-san, I'm sorry that I got here so late, on your first day nonetheless, but yesterday we had a little situation and this old body of mine needed a little more time to recuperate, said the fabled professor, sending his brand new assistant an apologetic smile. There is no need to apologize Hokage-sama, it's just part of the job, I guess, even though it is my first day and I have to manage the office. For looking at the clock she saw it's already 10 a.m. 4 straight hours, she said with a smile at which elderly Sarutobi sweat-dropped a little. If it's not a problem, may I ask a question? Of course, come a quick reply. Did yesterday's situation involve one Uzumaki Naruto? Hiruzen raised eyebrow at this. Yes, why? At this she pointed her finger to the left, where on the bench for the people who are waiting for audiences sleeping soundly the very same blonde, yet looking closer you could see small scratches and bruises on his face that is now sticking out from under the blanket. Naruto-kun. He came here 10 minutes past 6 and said he wants to meet you, and when I said that you will be late, he wanted to wait. But to be honest he stunk a little, so I made him take a shower in one of the guest rooms in the tower, since it would be disrespecting showing himself like that to you, Hokage-sama. After 10 minutes he came back and, well, after another 10 minutes he fell asleep, so I took a pillow and a blanket from guest room to make him at least a little more comfortable, said Akira, with a soft smile gracing her lips, which make Hiruzen chuckle a little. Hokage-sama? It's nothing, I'm just glad that I hired you. Unfortunately, not many people of our village would do the same for this boy, and yet, he wants to protect them in the future, said Sandaime, as he make his way to the boy and shake him awake. Naruto-kun? Gigi? What are you doing in my room? Asked Awakening Blonde. We're not in your room, Naruto-kun, but outside of my office, said Old Man while smiling. Oh, Gigi, I came to you because he stopped as he saw a blanket at his feet and the pillow at the bench, then looked at the assistant, then he take a blanket and started to make it, then put it on the pillow and walked to the desk and bowed. Thank you for your hospitality, Akira-san. She waved it off. There is nothing to be thankful for. I did what I would do for any other person that wants to visit Hokage-sama. Then thank you for treating me like any other person, then said Naruto with a smile and looked at Sarutobi. I like her. You choose well to bow. This statement brought to Hiruzen's face. Yes, I think so too. Let's go to the office since I heard you wanted to talk to me, said Sandaime. Yeah, let's. See ya later, Akira-san, said Naruto as he waved over his shoulder and entered the office. Until Naruto-kun leaves the office, don't let anyone in, okay, Akira-san? Said Sarutobi. Of course, Hokage-sama, said the woman, while still blushing a little from all the prizes she got not too long ago. So what is it that brings you here, Naruto-kun? Asked Sandaime after he sat down in his chair. I want a new one, said the Jinchuriki as he put the scroll at the desk, and since I'm here I thought that we can take care of that library thingy. You already mastered the tree walking exercise? Sarutobi narrowed his eyes. You trained all night, didn't you? You should take care of yourself more, Naruto-kun. Sai, okay, here, this is water walking exercise, it's similar to the last one, said Hokage as he put the scroll at the desk. Then he snapped his fingers and Taka and Bu landed next to the blonde, startling him a little. According to my knowledge, Nico is at the patrol on the east side of the village. Tell her to come here immediately, while you take her place there. Sir, yes sir, and with that he was gone. After waiting 5 minutes, Nico and Bu appeared in the office. Ah, Nico, good, we talked about it yesterday. You are to take Naruto-kun here to the library and persuade the woman that works there to never bother the boy again, said Hiruzen. Understood, Hokage-sama. Let's go, Naruto-kun. Couple minutes later we can see the two walking alongside on one of the streets of Konoha. So I heard you like my hair, Anbu said teasingly, while Blonde blushed a little. Gigi told you, traitor. Well, at least I know who to prank next, said the boy, and yeah, they are pretty, but so are you. Flattery won't get you anywhere, mister. How do you know how I look behind my mask? You weren't peeking on me while I was changing at Anbu HQ during one of your pranks you played on us there, were you? Said Nico, narrowing her eyes behind her mask, and thought he may be young boy, but if he have perverted tendencies I will have to beat it out of his head. What? Peeking on girls, it's like something perverts would do. If I would do something like that and Ayam-chan would know, she would ban me ramen for a week, and it's like being sentenced to a very slow death. And besides, I am not a pervert. I made Oiroke no jutsu to beat perverts like Gigi or Irika-sensei only, Naruto said with a sense of finality. Oh, and I don't know how you look. But you said? Yeah, I know it from the way you walk. The way I walk? And just like that, she understood why other Anbu called him highly unpredictable. What do you mean? Well, I don't think that I can explain it really well. I can tell some things by the way people walk. For example, you are very confident, and I am not talking about confidence in your abilities or job position, which you are too. What I'm talking about is confidence that runs deeper, meaning the confidence in your looks, like that lady with weird red eyes or that strange lady that is splattering nonsense about some dango being the best dish in the world, while every sane person will say that ramen is the food of gods. Databeo, said Naruto, getting a little angry at the end at the mere idea of something like that. He's certainly talking about Kurenai and Anko. Oh my, who knows that he could do something like that, thought Nico. You said that it's one of the things, what's the other? Well, I can tell if someone is lying. For example, once while walking to Ichiraku with Gigi, I asked him if he knows who my parents are. He said no, but I know he was lying, said Naruto with a straight face. And you're okay with it? Asked Nico, completely perplexed that this boy could read the village leader so easily. At first, no, I was really angry at him. To be honest, I was even thinking about leaving the village, but I couldn't do it because of Ayam-chan and you. Me? Yeah, it was week after he returned from his trip, and I don't know if you remember, but while he was away and I landed at the hospital, you talked to me to calm my nerves. That may be not much to you, but to me that day, whether you like it or not, I dubbed you as my precious person, because, well, don't tell anyone. But I was pretty scared back then, and you helped me, said the blonde with a soft smile eliciting similar smile on the Anbu face, not that he could see it. Your secret is safe with me, said the Anbu. Thanks, Nico-chan, I have a reputation to uphold after all. Well, like I said, at first I was pretty angry at Gigi. But then when I thought about it for a little, I came up with couple reasons why he would do such thing. As I see it, there are 6 choices. 1. They are alive and don't care about me. 2. They are alive and they hate me, enjoying my suffering, maybe even participating in this mobs and beating me down. 3. They are alive, but they are traitors to the village and Gigi don't want me to go in their footsteps, hurtful that he don't trust me more, but understandable. 4. They are dead, because they were trying to kill me. 5. They are dead, but they were traitors, again hurtful but understandable. And 6. They are dead, but they were super badass, kick-ass ninja with tons of enemies, said the blonde, and to emphasize spread his arms as wide as possible, which again make the women chuckle, and didn't tell me to protect me from those enemies, again hurtful, that he don't trust me enough to keep it to myself, but understandable. Either way, it's his choice to make and I won't lose sleep over it. Don't get me wrong, I want to know, but according to this one book I read, mothers wants their child happiness, and that's what I want to achieve, and I won't do that by thinking over things that are out of my control and questioning people that are probably trying to protect me, Databayo, said Naruto with a smile. That was surprisingly mature for your age, Naruto-kun, said ANBU while her respect for the boy beside her skyrocketed. Yeah, I wouldn't count on too many times like that, Databayo, said blonde Jinchuriki with big smile on his face. I have a question though, if you can do this, then how did Mizuki fool you in the first place, asked Nico, generally curious. Well, I knew he was lying, but I thought he lied about only me being able to take this test, not about the test altogether, said the teen with a sad smile. After this they fall back into comfortable silence. When they begin to see the library, Naruto break it with a question. Nico-chan, could you tell me what it's mean that someone is as dense as a rock? As dense as a rock? Asked the ANBU, perplexed by the question. Yeah, Ayam-chan called me that, when I talked about one of my classmates, and when I asked her what does it mean, she said that I have to figure it out on my own, said blonde shinobi in training with a pout. And what exactly did you tell her? Well, I told her about this weird girl from my class. She seems nice and she never laughs at me in class, but every time I try to talk to her she goes all red on the face, so she is either angry at me for something I did, sick or exhausted, right? So I tried to apologize, but before I could even say a word, she either passes out or runs away. When I brought her sickness up to Gigi and Iruka-sensei, they just laughs at me and said she will be fine, and Ayam-chan, well, you know. The woman ruffled his hair. I'm sorry, Naruto-kun, but like this Ayam girl said, you have to figure it out on your own. Now since we're here, I will go in first to talk to the person working there and persuade her to not making problems for you, and then call you in, okay? Okay, Databayo, said the blonde, giving her thumbs up. He doesn't have to wait long for being called in. Once in, he could see the lady that works there, who by this time would normally throw him out, already standing next to the ANBU, seemingly afraid to do anything. Naruto-kun, I have to go to report to Hokage-sama. If someone give you some trouble, tell Hokage-sama so I can deal with the annoyances permanently, okay? Asked Nico. Okay, Nico-chan, see ya later, Databayo, and with one final wave she left. If you go somewhere where you can't, I will report this, said the woman, and went to sit behind her desk. Okay, Tajukaiga Bunshin no Jutsu 100 poofs, I need 10 groups. Okay, now first group, learn all the laws, both international and Konoha's. Second, learn biology and anatomy of humans. Third, find any taijutsu styles that feel right to you and bring them to the training ground. Fourth, find any ninjutsu. Fifth, find ways to dispel genjutsu. Sixth, learn economics from the very basics with math if you would, and if you guys have some problems understanding, go to Iruka-sensei. Seventh, learn everything you can about living in the wild, hunting, preparing the catches, and cooking. Eighth, learn history of Konoha, clans and elemental nations. Ninth, go to the old part of the library and learn anything ninja related, and 10th, go with ninth, but learn anything else, said Naruto. Hai Oyabun-sama. When all the copies went to do their job, Naruto left library. His destination, training ground 50. Hokage office. Hokage-sama. Ah, Nico, everything went smoothly, I hope, said Sandaime, not looking up from his paperwork. Yes, but, said Hiruzen, giving his ANBU undivided attention. Naruto-kun knows you knew his parents. He somehow can read some things from people posture while they're walking, like that I'm attractive, since according to him I'm very confident with my look, like Kurenai or Anko, even though he didn't seem to know their names. He have some theories for his parents. They're either alive and don't care for him, hate him, or are traitors, or they're dead and tried to kill him, were traitors, or exceptional ninja with many enemies. Either way, he's hurt by your lack of faith in him. Sarutobi eyes widen at this. If only this was my choice to tell you and not Jiraiya's, thought Sandaime sadly. Thank you, Nico, you can return to your post. If I may, Hokage-sama. Yes? If something were to happen, or if Naruto-kun needs help, may I be informed? This brought smile to the old man's face. Of course, you're one of his precious people after all, said Sandaime. Thank you, Hokage-sama. I shall return to my duty now, and with that she left Sarutobi to deal with paperwork. Why did I take this job? Training Ground 50. Taju Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, exclaimed Naruto, creating 300 clones. Okay, now divide in 3 groups. Okay, first one here, said Blonde as he threw a scroll he got from the Sandaime to one of them. Work on that. It will probably take more time than the last one to master it to battle ready point, but this is just making it more worthy. Second group will work on mastering ninjutsu. According to the scroll, the clones read yesterday they can be used without hand seals, which is good, that way Teen won't be able to steal the jutsu from me, us. Master Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, Kawarimi no Jutsu, Henji no Jutsuan, even Oiroku no Jutsu. Never know when we face off some pervert, and if clones in the library learn something new, master it as well. I know it may take some time, but after all we have a whole year. Third group will work on taijutsu and dispelling genjutsu when clones will come with scrolls, but for now practice tree walking with a leaf sticking to your forehead. Now get to your job, said young Jinchuriki. Hai Oyabun-sama. Naruto looked at the position of the sun in the sky. I can squeeze 2 or 3 hours of training before visit in Ichiraku for some ramen. Okay, hits fist into open palm. Let's get this show on the road. Tomorrow is the first day of New Year at the academy. Sigh, it will be such a waste of my training time to bail, said Naruto as he was watching his clones doing their appointed job from his spot under the tree. Currently he was taking a break after hours of constant training. After drinking some water he took in the sights. Some of his clones were trying to kick each other's while in their hands were balancing kunais, senbons or shurikens while water walking. From what his Gigi said, the next step of chakra control is shape manipulation, but until he would think that he mastered that exercise he will not go for a new one, even though many would say that he already did it. Another set of clones were practicing shuriken jutsu, yet another civilian style of fighting called Maui Tai. Even though clones found the scroll with it on the civilian side of the old part of the library, it was certainly not weak. Some of the clones were working on perfecting genjutsu dispelling, while using a seal Sandaime drew for him. It put everyone in 5m radius in a genjutsu as strong as quantity of chakra put in it. Currently he can hardly dispel C-rank ones and only weaker ones. Yeah, he suck at genjutsu. Another set of clones is working at henjutsu. Now normally, he wouldn't waste his time at something like that, but according to the scroll they are relaxation and stress-relieving techniques, and since there are a lot of kunoichi in the roster and one of his female classmates is bound to be on his team, trying to be useful he learned it. Why females? Well, apparently it works fully only on the opposite sex. Why? Who cares? If he can help with something, he sure will do everything to help. Although channeling chakra to my little narrow while it is put into vagina is little strange, why people would do that, thought Blonde. Since nobody gave him the talk he was blissfully oblivious as to what was he really learning. I won't know if I'm doing it right until I will be able to test it on someone. Oh well, until then it's training time. Maybe in the future I could give Ayam-chan or Akira-Wani-chan one of this massages, after they overwork themselves. The last group of clones was working at mastering jutsu to the point of not using hand seals. Stupid team, at first I was trying to learn the jutsu without hand seals for him to not try and memorize them, but now that I know about that stupid Sharingan, no wonder Uchihas were so strong, they were stealing fruits of hard work from others. And those overpowered genjutsu are just wrong, from what clones Red Madara could put even Biju in one, gaining control over them. Although Shodain wasn't that much better using his Makitan catch them and then sell them off. That just sad when taking in consideration that Senju and Uchiha, according to this one book I read, were created by sons of the Rakuto Sennin, who created the Biju. That's like selling of your uncles and aunties. No wonder that Kyuubi attacked this village, that was created by those two Sai, but revenge is still no excuse in my book. Oh well, it's not like I can change the past, maybe I can do something to free them in the future, but for that I need to be much stronger than I am now. One thing is a must though, never use a jutsu that is not mastered to the point of not needing to use hand seals in front of Uchiha if I can help it. Okay, now it's training time, thought Naruto standing up, not knowing that eyes of his prisoner narrowed as he listened to his thoughts. Oyabun-sama. We have a problem, said the leading clone, which while the original is training, have the job of overseeing the training of the rest of the clones. Problem? What kind of problem? Asked the original. We run out of usable tools, the whole group that was working on Shuriken Jutsu is now doing nothing. What are your orders, Oyabun-sama? Such respect and devotion, thought Naruto, inwardly crying anime tears, but quickly composed himself. I will go buy new ones, or rather usable, tools. I wouldn't want to lose money or stuff, because clone dispelled. Half of the clones should fight using their legs while tree walking with leaves stick to their forehead and one to each finger, while the other half should spar using Maui Tai, but make sure they know that they shouldn't dispel each other too much. Of course, Oyabun-sama, it shall be done. Have a nice trip. said Clone and went to do his job. Naruto took the shortest road to the weapons store that allowed him to buy, even if less than good merchandise, but because of that he had to go through Training Ground 10. When he was halfway through, he heard someone shouting and hitting something. Being curious, he decided to check it out. When he reached the clearing, he saw some strange-looking guy, dressed in green with orange warmers doing push-ups with a boulder on his shoulders. 998, 999, 1000 said green-wearing shinobi, while pushing boulder of his shoulders and at the same time jumping on it. Before he could do anything else, the blonde made himself known, asking a question that was on his mind from the moment he entered the clearing. How are you this strong? This startled the man a little, but he quickly got over it. With hard training, my youthful friend, said the man. Youthful? What does it mean? Better not question him on it though, thought Naruto. I can hardly believe that doing normal push-ups and squats can lead to doing this. If you use this and work hard, then yes, said Jonin while pulling up his orange warmers. Weights? Said Jinchuriki, raising his eyebrow. Not simple weights, my youthful friend, chakra weights. Seeing Blonde's confusion, continued. Chakra weights can change weight. By channeling chakra into them, those weight 100 kilograms. That much? Said Naruto under his breath. If you don't mind me asking, where did you buy them and how much they cost? You can buy them at every weapon store, my youthful friend. They cost around 1500 ryo, said the green-clad Jonin. Considering it will cost me couple times more, I won't be able to afford it. Seeing him raise his bushy eyebrows, added, you're a Jonin. You should know why I'm not welcome or overcharged in most of the stores. That's highly unyouthful. Were you ever in Cutting Leaf? Asked the man. Cutting Leaf? No, I don't think so, said the boy. Then let's go. Hiro is a very youthful person, you have my word that he won't treat you differently, said older man walking towards tree line. When he saw that the boy didn't move, asked, are you going? Blonde boy looked at him for couple seconds. Uzumaki Naruto, future Hokage, said as he walked up to the man and raised his hand. Mato Guy, beautiful green beast of Konoha, taijutsu specialist, said now named Guy, shaking boy's hand. After that they went to the store in comfortable silence. Once they entered the village, Naruto broke it with a question. So, Bushiroad-sensei, do you have a team of genin to teach? I will get a youthful team tomorrow, said Guy a little too loudly, but raised eyebrow once he registered how he was called by the blonde Bushiroad-sensei. Yeah, I remember this guy from academy with brows almost as big as yours. No offense, if I remember right, he can't use chakra too well, but I think that with good sensei he can become strong shinobi, even using only taijutsu. And sensei, well, for me, sensei help you advance mentally, physically, or further his skills. Thanks to you, I will be able to become stronger by using those chakra weights, if I will be able to buy them, meaning you become my sensei. Thank you very much, Naruto-kun, for giving me honor of being called sensei by such hardworking shinobi, as you, said the man passionately. How did you, said Jinchuriki, as his eyes widened slightly. Instead of answering, Guy pointed at his hands, that had scratches, little bruises, and a little bit of blood. Oh yeah? Well, the honor is mine, said Naruto, scratching the back of his head awkwardly. Say, Naruto-kun, Kunoichi and Hyuga shinobi of my team will have to train with their family on Wednesday and Saturday. I was going to use that time to train my third student, Rock Lee, or as you called him, Bushibrow. What I'm trying to ask is, would you like to join us on this days? Asked the man out of nowhere. Naruto eyes widened again at this, looked at older man for any sign of joking or deceive, finding none, bowed, saying, I will be honored, Guy-sensei. Then it's settled, my youthful friend. We're here, let's go, said Jonin, opening doors to the Cutting Leaf. Ah, Guy, it's good to see you again, and you brought me a new customer. Well, young man, are you going to stand there, or are you going to buy something? Asked a bear of a man standing behind a counter, smiling at the Jinchuriki, which shocked him greatly. Not only he wasn't thrown out yet, but that man smiled at him, as if he was welcomed here. After regaining composure, smiled and went to the counter. Yes, I would like to buy chakra weights, said Naruto. It'll be 1500 ryo, but since it's your first time I will give you 33% discount. Not only can I buy stuff for normal price, he gave me discount, Databeo thought Blonde as his smile turned into a signature 1kkmw smile. Then I need a set of kunai, set of shuriken and set of saban as well. Not many people use saban these days, besides A and BU of course, said the store owner. Yeah, I studied anatomy especially for that. My. Such devotion to training in one so young, said Hiro, as he raised eyebrows, seeing that something caught boy's attention. Following his line of sight, he saw books that he couldn't sell for some time already. Ah, so you're interested in those Fuinjutsu books. We have a promotion, since they don't sell off. All 10 will cost only 2,000 Rio, ink and brushes another 500 Rio, counting all at 4,500, minus discount it rounds up at 3,000 Rio. Is that okay? Okay? It's way better than okay. It's awesome, Databao. You got yourself a loyal customer, old man, said Naruto, smiling, and gave him money. Hee, I'm not that old, you know, but either way, proof here, you will unseal the content by putting a little chakra to the seal in the center, said salesman, giving him a sealing scroll. Thanks, old man. I have to go now, though. I lost enough training time as it is. See ya later, old man. Bush your brows, sensei. See ya in Wednesday, said Naruto as he started to leave the shop. Yes, my youthful friend, remember training ground 10 at 6 a.m. Guy all but shouted. Yes, see ya then, said Naruto as he left. Guy's demeanor immediately sobered. Thank you, that you treated him fairly, hero. What do you take me for, some fool who thinks that he is the same thing that he contains? Said Bear of a Man, clearly offended by the claim. No, thankfully, it's just sad that people like you are a minority. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. This is hopefully your last year here. As you should know, this year is scheduled differently. Instead of 2 months at the end of the year break, you will have 2 6-week breaks. First one starts 3 months from today, second ends 3 months before the end of the year. After this year, at least some of you will become genin of Konoha, said Irika. And some will fail like Naruto, said Kiba Inuzuka, laughing. Soon almost whole class was laughing. Enough. From what I remember, Kiba, you barely were able to score a little higher last year, so you shouldn't be laughing, since you can really easily swap places, said teacher, immediately shutting up Kiba, who blushed slightly from embarrassment. Why did I have to be the one to go to the academy? I would prefer to train with Oyabun-sama than wasting time here. Damn it, thought Clone, that currently were taking original place in the classroom, as Naruto decided that going to the academy would be useless waste of his training time. It will be a long year. 3 weeks passed since start of the new year of the academy, and things didn't change too much for Naruto. The clones that were training chakra control exercises now trained in shape manipulation, and Naruto added new group that were working on Fuinjutsu. Well, for the first week, they were practicing drawing kanji, since he wanted to be able to waste as little time as possible at drawing seals, considering that on battlefield nobody would wait for him to end. Now he could make sealing scroll in 5 seconds, which is quite good, or at least he hoped it was. Yesterday he started level 3 book. Apparently it wasn't that hard to understand. Why people called it the hardest of the ninja arts will probably forever be beyond him. The clone that he was sending to the academy was doing great job, goofing around, playing pranks. He decided that showing off in the class won't help anybody, so why try? Of course, Irika almost immediately guessed that he was sending a clone to the academy. Oh well, it's not like he lied to someone, just didn't tell, not asked. On the other hand, thanks to his training with Bushibrow and Bushibrow sensei, his taijutsu flourished. At the end of each training he and Lee always have a spar, current score 4-2 for Naruto. The bad side of that is that now Lee, who started wearing the same clothes as his sensei, considered him as his eternal rival. Strange people, but he and Lee became friends, so it's okay, or at least he hoped. Now he was standing outside of the Cutting Leaf, not wanting to waste any time, pushed the doors to the shop open, only to be greeted by girl's voice. Welcome to the Cutting Leaf, I'm Tenten Higurashi. How can I help you? Asked the girl behind the counter. If you don't know how she look, what are you doing here? Hey. I'm out of ink, and I need 2 more brushes. Wait. You're Tenten? Bushibrow's teammate? Asked blonde Jinchuriki, completely confusing young Kunoichi. Soon the realization came over her. Ah, you must be Naruto, Lee's friend. Before she could say something else, series of crushes and curses stopped her. That little son of a bitch, I'm gonna tear his fucking head off, came from the back of the store. Did I come at the bad time? Asked Naruto, raising his eyebrow. No, it's just the guy that we get paper bombs and sealing scrolls from wants more money. We're selling them for 150 Rio and 400 Rio respectively, from which he get 100 Rio and 300 Rio, but now he wants to get 150 and 400 Rio, so we will have to for the first time raise the stakes, said girl. The boy had a look of concentration on his face for a couple seconds and then asked, could you ask old man to come here? Yeah, but don't call him old, he's sensitive at this point, said Tenten, and disappeared behind the doors only to soon reappear with Hiro. Hey old man, said Blonde with a smile. I'm not that old man, grumbled under his breath. What are you doing, Naruto-kun? I didn't expect you so soon. Yeah, I'm out of ink and I need a brush or 2, said the boy. Out of ink already? But I gave enough to last 6 months, said the shocked Hiro. Yeah, I trained a lot. Panda-chan told me about your problem with seals, said smiling blonde, and Tenten's eyebrow twitched. Who knows that my daughter would have such a long tongue, said Hiro, looking at the girl. Yo, wait, daughter? Seeing as man smiled a toothy grin and put his big hand on the girl's head, that was quickly slapped away, he sighed. Well, it's good that she took more after her mother, but seeing as you look like Big Bad Bear and she looks like little cute Panda, I can see some similarities. This brought tick mark to the girl's forehead. Either way, I think I have solution to your problem. Me? Said boy with huge smile. As much as I would like that, paper bombs are seals of level 2. Yesterday I started level 3, said blonde Jinchuriki. But how? It was only 3 weeks, said the shocked man. So? Asked Shinobi in training, tilting his head to the side at man's shocked face. Tenten had to kill the urge to glomp him, screaming kawaii. Never mind. Okay, I will give you 100 ryo for paper bomb and 300 ryo for a sealing scroll plus free supply of ink and brushes. Is that okay? Asked Grizzly Man. No, you were fair to me, even gave me a discount. I will take 75 ryo for paper bomb and 200 ryo for sealing scroll, said Naruto, raising a hand for Hiro to shake. Shocked at first, man smiled and shook boy's hand. Only if you accept kunai, shuriken and saban for free. If you insist. This is beginning a beautiful partnership, old man, said Naruto, smiling his signature smile. Indeed it is, said Hiro, smiling while still shaking his hand, but I'm not that old, damn it. I still don't understand why you have to go, said ramen waitress for what seemed 100th time that evening. We talked about this, Ayam-chan. This'll be my last break before graduation, and you said it yourself that I can't go in the world wearing my jumpsuit, so I have to go outside to buy some more ninja-like clothes, and since in the village I won't be able to do that, this is my chance, last chance to be exact, said blonde Shinobi in training while washing the dishes. I know, but I'm still going to worry. What if someone attack you? What if you got hurt? What if, said brown-haired girl, tearing up at the end. I will be okay. Thanks to Bushibrow and Bushibrow sensei, my taijutsu flourished. I can beat Lee when he opens this 2 gates of his, and Guy sensei said that at level of new Chunin already. My chakra control is better than ever, since I mastered wind elemental manipulation and am halfway through first step of lightning manipulation. I mastered those little jutsu that I know to the point of not using hand seals, and yesterday managed to minimize Teiyanate to the size of small discs, which sharpen the edges greatly and make it harder to destroy. Thanks to GG's seal, I can dispel even B-rank genjutsu now, and I'm quite good at shuriken jutsu. You have to remember that I'm at level 6 in Fuin jutsu, which is the level GG is at. According to Guy sensei, I should be able to beat thugs as long as I won't be arrogant and go around thinking I'm better than them. But since it's team's job, said Jinchuriki as he trailed off at the end with a smile. Naruto-kun, be serious. It will be your first time outside the village and it won't be my last, Ayam-chan, said younger boy, interrupting her. I can understand that you're afraid of my life, and to be honest, I'm glad that you are, because that means that you care for me a lot, but I want to be a ninja, Ayam-chan. And not just some nameless ninja, I want to be Hokage, the best of them all, Databayo. That means that I will have to fight strong opponents, sometimes stronger than me, and risk my life in the process. I hope you understand that, Ayam-chan, said blonde as he watched the last. Yeah, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. Okay, well, at least father will be able to come here tomorrow. I swear that if I would have to do this alone for one more day, my back would break, said young woman in whiny tone. If you hurt your back, then I can massage them for you, said Naruto as he put the dishes in their place. You can do massages? Asked Ayam, not bothering to mask surprise from her voice. Yeah, come on, since there is no place to lay down, sit on the stool. Seeing her hesitance, added, trust me. With some reluctance, she sat on the stool next to the one Naruto was sitting and, not wasting time, started working on her back using all the knowledge he got from Henjutsu scrolls. To the young waitress/cook astonishment, blonde Jinchuriki knew what he was doing. Damn it, I got couple massages, but this is the best I ever had. It's way too pleasurable than it should be. I should stop him, but maybe a little longer won't make a difference. Why yes, a little Maria, she thought as she moaned quite vocally, which elicited end of Naruto's ministrations. Did I hurt you? Asked boy, clearly frightened that he inflicted pain on one of his precious people. No, don't stop no matter what, I'm so close, said young woman between slight pants as her mind was clouded by arousal. If you say so, said boy, not completely convinced. What does she mean she's close? Thought as he stayed oblivious to effect he had in this moment on the girl next to him. As times goes by, Naruto's hands went lower. When his fingers almost brushed her breast, she was sent over the edge, or rather she should have been sent, but something was stopping her, like some kind of dam. As he goes lower, her senses goes high. As he was on the level of kidneys, she was tempted to beg for release. although whether he would discern her begs from quite loud moans, she didn't know. As he was just above her ass, that at that moment she wouldn't mind if he grabbed, he put both his thumbs at her spine and sent one last pulse of chakra, like in the scroll, which sent her in the world of pleasure as the dam broke. Yes, Naruto-kun screamed as she experienced the biggest orgasm in her life. Not that she had sex before, but this was nothing like the times she pleasured herself. Not able to sit straight anymore, she fell back into blonde Jinchuriki's chest and put the back of her head on his left shoulder. Thank you, Naruto-kun, said panting girl. You're welcome, said boy, happy that she enjoyed the experience. Was this your first time? Giving somebody a massage, I mean, said young Ichiraku once she regained her breathing. No, I gave 3 to Akira-chan, but she said that if we continue she will have to change a husband and do some illegal things. I don't really know what she meant by that, said blonde boy, confused a little. Oh, I know what she means, said girl under her breath, so that the younger boy wouldn't hear. How something smells funny, said blonde Jinchuriki as he sniffed the air, something like honey. Do you smell it? Damn it, I really came a lot, thought ramen waitress. No, I don't. Naruto-kun, could you put the last package at its place? Then you can go. Okay, said as he jumped over the counter and went to do the job. Done. I will wait for you outside. This smell makes me feel funny. You don't have to walk me home, Naruto-kun. Yes, but I want to. You're not the only one who's worried, said as he left through the door, giving her one last smile, which for some reason made her blush, if only just slightly. Why am I blushing? Wait, did he just said that the smell make him feel funny? Does that mean that it aroused him a little sigh? I will have to get to San or Hokage-sama give him the talk, or one of these times when he'll give someone a massage he could be raped. I was dangerously close today. Go away, bad thoughts. His only 12 sigh, I should get going, thought I am as she stand up and cleaned after herself. Okay, to Tanzaku town I have to turn right, said Naruto to himself, standing on crossroads holding a map. He didn't walk 2 steps when he heard a commotion on the road he didn't take. Turning around he saw 4 thugs robbing a really old man. Once he saw that one of them was going for the punch, not thinking much, quickly crossed the distance between them and punched him straight in the jaw. Not wasting element of surprise, he stomped on the side of second one's knee, breaking his leg and said joint, making him scream in pain. When third thug went in for a punch, he quickly spun around on his heel and elbowed the one with broken leg in the temple, knocking him out, and the one attacking him in the solar plexus, knocking the wind out of him, making him go on one knee. The last one quickly raised his weapon to strike Naruto down, but the blonde kicked him in family jewels so hard that he was raised from the ground for at least half a meter, a little less than 2 feet. Using this to his advantage, he quickly jumped while spinning and kicked the one airborne square in the jaw and the one bend over in the back of his head, rendering both unconscious. When he landed, he saw that the first one was slowly getting up, so he rushed towards him and kneed him in the face with enough strength to knock him out. The whole ordeal took maybe 10 seconds. When he looked at the old man, who was attacked, he saw the astonished look he sent him, while sitting on his butt at the ground. Hey, old man, are you okay? Asked blonde Jinchuriki, holding out his hand to help him up. The question brought him back to his senses as he took boy's hand and stand up. Yes, boy, thank you for your help. If you don't mind me asking, what are you doing here alone? Oh, I was going to Tanzaku town to buy something more ninja-like to wear and buy Ayam-chan a present for her birthday, said Naruto, smiling at the man. More ninja-like, you say? I might have a proposition for you, young one. Naruto, that's my name, old man, said blonde, interrupting. Hiroshi Kushiku, it's a pleasure to make acquaintance, said the man while bowing slightly. The pleasure is all mine, Tobeo, said the boy, bowing in a similar manner, which brought slight smile at the elder's face. As I was saying, I have a proposition for you, my boy. I am an artisan from Takumi no Sato, so I can make you clothing worthy of the best if for the duration of your stay you will become my apprentice. Apprentice? Why? Why me? Asked boy, confused. Unfortunately, I am the last of my clan. My sons died without having offspring. I'm 108 years old, and according to the doctors I have 6 to 8 weeks of life left. I don't want for all the knowledge accumulated by my ancestors to fade like that. As to why you just help an old man without thinking of getting anything in return, that speaks volumes of your character. You are a good person, a person worthy of this knowledge, said elderly Kushiku, shocking Naruto. For some time he just looked at the man in front of him, then bowed deeply. I will be honored, Hiroshi-sensei said, which brought smile to the old one's face. You have no idea how much weight you took off my shoulders right now, thank you. Now let's go. Takumi no Sato is further this way. Once we reach my home your lessons start. We have many things to learn and little time to use. Congratulations, my boy, we have done it. How will you call the sword? said Hiroshi as they both looked at the katana they created as according to tradition of Kushiku clan at the end of apprenticeship. The handle was quite simple with flames seemingly going out of the blade. The blade was beautifully crafted with red undertone, which in the light made it seem as if the fire was raging just under the surface of the blade. As it is in tradition, after making a piece of art together with his master apprentice is to name said piece and gave it to someone he considered worthy, and cannot use it before even once as it was with me and Amorozu, that I gave to Hashirama Senju, his red armor, or my father, and in Raiha he gave to Kannagi clan of Kumogakure no Sato. So how will you name it? Rekka. There was no need for explanations. The old man only smiled. Not as sophisticated as in Raiha, but not bad. We had made fine blade indeed, but if you asked me, it is a much better version of my grandfather's in Raiha. In Raiha 2.0, as you would say. Hee, I am proud of you, Naruto. You learned everything in 4 weeks, even though it is a little unfair with your clones. Nonetheless, I am proud of being called a master by you. Now, though, I think it is your turn to buy something to eat for dinner, is it not? Said Hiroshi. Soon we can see Naruto walking through the market with a smile plastered on his face. It had been tough 4 weeks, but he learned a lot. He now can make a weapon, armor set, clothes even. When his clones learned by doing something or learn theory, he was making sure that his strength is up to par. Thanks to his expertise in Fuinjutsu, he jumped from level 6 to level 8, which helped in making special things, like Rekka they just created. He became very close to Hiroshi, to the point that the elderly Kushiku became to him as precious as elderly Sarutobi back in Konoha, maybe slightly more. Good morning, Naruto-kun, said a middle-aged man, pulling him out his thoughts. Hey, Doc. I see it's your turn to get something to eat, said man, smiling at the boy who was full of energy. Yeah, he was interrupted by explosion. Naruto's eyes grew as he understood from what location it came from. Old man! With last shout he started running. Please be okay, old man, thought Naruto as he was running as fast as he could, trying to reach the last one of the Kushiku clan in time. When he reached the place and finally found him, he stopped in his tracks. Old man stuttered as he saw that Hiroshi was lying at the floor with half of his face burned. Come here, Naruto-kun. Sit and listen, said Hiroshi, forcing through the pain, as he patted the space next to him. Naruto obeyed and with tears running down his face sat down. Man who did this is in possession of Inraiha, a missing nin, I think. He's a madman, wanted me to teach him. He need to be stopped. As my successor I am leaving it to you. When you get the Inraiha, use it well, be proud when you will hold it in your hand, it's my family heirloom. I know fire isn't your strongest side and it won't be your primary weapon, but make sure that when you do, you will strike fear in your opponent's minds. Be a great ninja and don't fall to darkness. Now go, he needs to be stopped before he kills innocents, said Hiroshi as his voice was breaking at the end. I never said it out loud, but you're like a family to me, old man, and I love you, said boy as he cried his heart out. I'm sorry I couldn't be here sooner to help you. At this, the dying man, using remnants of his strength, he raised his hand and squeezed boy's hand. You are not a god, Naruto-kun, you can't save everyone. Now go, you have something to do, said Kushiku as the doctor from the market entered the room. Doc, take care of the old man, I have some business to take care of, said Naruto as he stood up, wiped tears and left the room. You're shivering, let me warm you up a little, said Madman as he swung his ablaze sword down at mother and daughter that was sitting on the ground. They fell when they, like everyone else, were trying to escape from this man, who started destroying everything left and right out of nowhere. Just before they were going to be struck down, orange, black and yellow blur appeared between them and with cry Tayanatate created some sort of shield to stop their demise. You think you can stop Inraiha? You think you can stop me, Kuro Nagain? I will show you your place, pest, screamed Madman. What are you doing? Run! Screamed blonde boy as he looked over his shoulder. The woman didn't have to be told twice as she took her 8-year-old daughter and ran to someplace safe. Couple seconds later the shield gave out and the boy was hit by a wave of fire originated from the blade from point blank, causing small explosion which sent him flying across the street. Haha, this is where you belong, lying at my feet, P. Shut up. Why are you doing this? Interrupted him young Jinchuriki. Why? Why? To turn this word to ashes, and with this sword I will finally be able to do that. Ha 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 ha, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Now this word will fall before me, Kuro Nagain, screamed the madman, laughing maniacally. Then you give me no choice, said Naruto as he stood up. I will end this madness once and for all. You will stop me? I will crush you, pest, and then destroy this worthless village, said Kuro as he sent a wave of fire with vertical swing of his sword, but seeing as Blonde avoided it he sent another, and another, and another. Damn it, I'm still tired from training and making Rekka. If this will take any longer, I won't be able to avoid TSHIT. Tianatate exclaimed Blonde, creating a shield just in time to block one of the waves that was about to hit him. You dare defile Enraiha by blocking the strike? I will destroy you, pest! Screamed the madman as he sent wave after wave at Naruto. Fuck, I have to come up with something. Think. I get it. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, said Naruto as he created 4 clones. Each of them took one kunai from Original's kunai holster and attached a smoke bomb to them. How much longer? Asked as he could feel that his only protection is getting weaker with every hit it took. Here Oyabun-sama, all clones said at the same time. Okay, prepare yourself, he underestimates us, but there won't be a second chance, said Original as he waited for next wave to hit. The moment it hit, Naruto quickly sprang into action. He threw out 4 kunais and created half-ram seal with a hand that wasn't holding Tianatate and said kunai Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, and instead of 4 there was 800 kunais sailing through the air. Kuro only smirked and sent another wave horizontally, destroying kunai clones and activating smoke bombs, those creating a smoke screen. Are you trying to run? Awa Nagain was trying to say, but was interrupted by 3 clones that jumped out of the smoke and rushed at him. He only smirked and swung Enraiha horizontally once more, destroying the clones, but before he could celebrating that, out of the smoke the clones created came the shield that Naruto used for protection seconds before. On pure instinct he swung once more, stopping the jutsu in place, but not dispelling it. I will not lose here. With battle cry he mastered all his strength and struggling managed to destroy the yellow gold shield, but since he used a lot of strength he overswung and lost his balance. That was all Naruto needed as he quickly channeled chakra to his legs and rushed towards completely opened Kuro Nagain. As soon as the mad swordsman saw this he tried to strike the boy only to feel that something latched to his hand. When he looked, what is it, he saw the 4th clone, but before he could do anything he felt a sharp pain in his chest. Looking down he saw that the blonde already covered the distance between them and managed to stab him through heart with wind chakra enhanced kunai. The smoke was a cover for the 4th clone, thought the madman as darkness started to take him over. Damn you, pest. I hope you will be able to find peace in afterlife, said Blonde Jinchuriki as he slashed upwards, cutting his opponent's shoulder open. The man was dead before he even hit the ground. I killed him, I thought Naruto as tears came into his eyes as he looked at his bloody hands. No! I can't do this. Not here, not now. He looked around at the fire caused by Enraiha. I have to put it down somehow. Think, Naruto. Think. Okay, fire is not my strongest point. Water beats fire and can put it down easily, but according to old man people here don't have enough water. What's next? Fire beats wind because it feeds on air, that's it. If I will cut off the air supply the fire will die out, thought boy as he fought through his first kill to help the people around him. Okay, you search him, he may have something valuable on him. Any findings and Enraiha seal in 1 scroll and his body in 2nd. He was a missing nin from Kumo if I remember right from the last bingo book I got from Gigi, so there is a reward for his head, said the boy to his clone. That didn't dispel yet. Hi Oyabun-sama. Everyone. Listen. I will put out the fire, but you have to move away and trust me, screamed Naruto. The villagers looked at him, and since he put stop to the madness of the man who caused this they quickly left. Okay, I have to only spread my wind nature chakra and suck the air from the area. Only he okay, focus Naruto thought boy as he took couple deep breaths, then clapped both hands together and released impressive amount of chakra, enough to rise dust. At first it made the fire bigger, and seeing this one of the villagers were about to rush the blonde to make him stop whatever he was doing, but stopped when someone grabbed his hand. Doc? Hiroshi believed in that young man till his last breath. He stopped the madman and is trying to stop the fire even though he is not from here. He saved us even though he could go home and never look back. Have some faith in him, because he deserved that much, don't you think? Said the doctor. Look, the flames are getting smaller, screamed the same mother that Naruto saved from death by the hands of the madman. To surprise of many it was true, the flames were getting smaller by every second. Not even 5 minutes later last flame died down and Naruto fall down to his hands and knees panting from exhaustion. Here Oyabun-sama said clone as he gave 2 scrolls to the original and dispelled. I did it, I really did it, thought blonde Jinchuriki as someone put a hand on his shoulder. Doc? He would be proud of you even more than he already was if he was here, said man with a sad smile. So old man Hiroshi already, said boy trailing off at the end. Yes, my boy, and with that Naruto allowed himself do what he really needed to do, he cried. I see you're wearing Hiroshi's masterpiece. Doc? Oh yeah, my jumpsuit was completely destroyed and I like this clothes even better, said blonde looking down. He was wearing now black A&BU stylish pants and black zip-up hoodie, both with dark orange stripes on the side. On the back he had dark gold swirl with bloody red linings, as according to old Kushiku knowledge 13 years ago there was only one Uzumaki in Konoha, and that person was from royal line of the once great clan, and this was the coloring of said line. Unfortunately he didn't remember a name, or a gender even of that person. On his hands he was wearing black fingerless gloves with dark orange flame theme, metal plate with Uzumaki swirl on it, and ended with metal near the wrists, with storage seals on it. Under the hoodie he was wearing black t-shirt arranged similar to the hoodie, but had a Kushiku clan crest sewn over the heart. He was wearing black sandals with dark orange straps. All clothes had seals to repair, clean and adapt them to Naruto growth, and additionally inside of the hood there was a seal that once it was up and the blonde channeled a little chakra into said seal it will make him invisible. All the clothes were also reinforced, so they can easily protect the wearer from shuriken, kunai, and even some lower jutsu, and seals on the palms of each glove can seal a jutsu up to a B rank, to be used later. He had 14 sets of these clothes. So, you're leaving already? Asked the older man. Yeah, I already sealed everything that old man wrote to me in his will, and I rented the clan house to the family that lost theirs to the flames of Enraiha in exchange for taking care for the garden he loved so much. Said boy with a sad smile. Thank you for taking care of the funeral, Doc. Think nothing of it, no one as young as you should worry about stuff like that, said older man as he waved of the gratitude. Yeah, I still have to find a present for Ayam-chan's birthday, so I have to go to bail. See ya around, Doc. And with that he left. Finally, Tanzaka town, now I have to find an inn. It's too late to look for a gift for Ayam-chan, said Naruto as he walked through the streets until he heard a girl's voice. No, please someone help me. Not thinking much he rushed to find what's wrong. When he stopped at the entrance of a dark alley he saw a girl around his age with brown hair being pinned down by a guy couple years older with green hair. He quickly ran up to them and punched him off of her, and stood before her protectively. When he saw face of the man his eyes widened slightly. You're Aoi Rokusho, a low A-rank missing nin of Konoha, said blonde Jinchuriki, clearly shocked. So the demon spawn of Konoha knows me. Hee, I will give you one chance, boy. Leave and don't look back and I won't kill you, said now named Aoi. Please don't leave me with him, begged the girl with tears coming out of her green eyes. Naruto looked over his shoulder into her eyes. He saw how terrified and almost broken she was through her eyes, but when he saw the color of them his eyes widened like dinner plates. Those eyes, they're the same as Sakura-chan's, thought as he could almost see now a girl with pink hair in place of the one that was now cower in fear behind him. This made something snap in Naruto. You can call me however you want, but said blonde as he slowly turned his head to face rapist wannabe. Then he silently created disc-sized Tayanatate in each hand. That doesn't change the fact that I am going to kill you, said Naruto, looking straight in his opponent's eyes with silent fury in his own pools. Not being known for great patience, Naruto quickly threw both discs and rushed at the man, who easily avoided both and struck down to end the fight quickly. He was in for a surprise as blonde unsealed Enraiha that was sealed in one of the storage seals in his glove, and matched him evenly. Unfortunately he was soon overpowered as he couldn't manipulate fire as effectively as green-haired man could lightning and was sent flying back by electricity, but didn't allow himself to scream from pain. Instead he got up and rushed again. When the sword stealer saw this he slashed horizontally and created a wave of yellow electricity, an action that was repeated by the Jinchuriki as he created a wave of fire, although it still cost more chakra than it should. They created small explosion when they clashed, which Naruto tried to use to his advantage and channeled chakra to his legs and shot forward like a bullet. Aoi waited for that, and when blonde came out of smoke he tried to sever his head with one slash, but the blonde used his speed and quickly crouched down and spun around under Raijin no Ken, managing to wound his Rokusho's side. You little bastard, I will enjoy killing you, screamed enraged missing nin as he brought down his sword only to meet Enraiha, but this time he used much more chakra and quickly overpowered the boy and shocked him for good 10 seconds, then kicked him in the chest. Do you understand now, said Aoi as he started walking towards young Jinchuriki. With this sword I am invincible, said as he spreaded his arms to the sides. So all I have to do is take away you sword, said Naruto as he was standing up with the help of Enraiha. Before the missing nin could comprehend what was happening, young Uzumaki sealed back his sword, stretched out his hands, and 2 discs that he thrown at the beginning of the fight cleanly cut off his arms from his shoulders. When they reached blonde's hands he dispelled them. My arms, screamed now armless Aoi through pain. Naruto silently took the sword that was lying on the ground, activated it, and once and for all silenced missing nin, severing his head from his shoulders. He then created a clone that sealed of the possessions of the down man and his body. While he looked at the weapon in his hand, Raijin no Ken, weapon of night aim Hokage Sai, at least I ended the first stage of lightning manipulation, so I will be able to use it better than Enraiha. It's good that the clothes managed to block some of the electricity, Or it would be that much harder, thought Naruto as he sealed the sword in yet another storage seal engraved on the metal ending of his glove. Then he looked at the girl, that didn't move and was seemingly trying to hide in the wall she was pressed against. Now that easy part is over, it's time for the hard one. It's going to be long night, Databeo. Damn it, it's 5 days after the end of the break. I hope Gigi and Sensei won't be too angry at me, but I couldn't left Rei alone, before she returned to somewhat normal state, thought Naruto jumping through trees, trying to reach Konoha as fast as possible, at least thanks to that man that invited me to poker tournament. I got Ayam-chan a birthday present. I hope she would like that diamond bracelet that I won from that jeweler Dabayo, but I still don't understand that game, even though won 3 million from it and any piece from that guy's store. Oh, well, I will get it sometime, like that girl thingy. After another 5 minutes he landed in front of Konoha gates. He raised his hands and screamed, "I'm home, Databeo." It's already Friday. Why didn't he return yet, thought assistant of the Hokage. 3 days ago Iruka barged into the office screaming that Konoha's resident Jinchuriki is missing, which shocked elderly Sarutobi, because when she relayed young boy's message about going to buy clothes he didn't connect the dots. All in all, it was decided that if he does not come back until Sunday, then and only then it will be considered an issue. "Where are you, Naruto-kun?" "I'm right here, Databeo," said the boy in question, distracting her from her thoughts. When she saw him she quickly brought him in bear hug. "You're back," she said with voice full of relief. "Yeah, I told you I'll be back though. I'm a little late because I got in some little trouble. Let's go to Gigi's office, I have some questions and a story to tell to Bayo," said boy as he was already reaching for handle. "Yo Gigi, how are you?" asked as he stepped in the office. "Naruto-kun, welcome back. You worried a lot of people when you didn't return on time." "Yeah, something's happened, but before I'll tell ya I have a question." "What is rape?" asked, and both of the older ones gasped. "Why do you want to know, Naruto-kun?" asked Hokage assistant. "Well, he started as he looked at the floor and scratched right arm with left hand. When I reached this one city I stopped a guy, missing Nin, when he was trying to do something to this girl my age. Later I heard that he was trying to rape her." "What do you mean by stopping him, my boy?" asked the professor. "I stopped him permanently, but when I saw her eyes I just couldn't let him leave. I believe in second chances, but not after something so inhuman," said boy, still not looking from the floor, missing 2 looks of sadness and proud the adults were giving him. "It's okay," said young woman, hugging the boy. "You did the right thing. I am proud of you." At this, wide-eyed blonde finally looked up from the floor only to see both adults smiling softly at him. After a couple seconds something clicked in the woman's mind. "Naruto-kun, did you just said that you killed a missing Nin while being out there?" "Actually, I killed 2. First one was from Kumo. He wanted to kill innocent people and burn the word, and second one, the one that tried to rape the girl, was from Konoha. His name was Aoi Rokusho." This piqued old man's interest. "Aoi Rokusho? Say, Naruto-kun, did he?" "If you're asking about Raiji no Ken, yes, but it is mine now, as according to the laws, both Konoha's and international ones, concerning missing Nins. What kill is yours, meaning whatever said missing Nin had on him in his last moments, as well as in his place of living, is to be given to the one that did the deed, no matter if it was originally held by clan, village, or even a daimyo. Raiji no Ken is mine now and mine alone," said blonde with serious face, thinking that the aged leader will try to convince him to give up the right to the weapon, but yet again the man looked proud. "You learned the laws, he good, very good." "Yeah, could you answer my question now though, Gigi?" asked slightly confused boy. Yes, sit down my boy. It's high time that we have that talk." "Well, yesterday was awkward," thought Naruto as he was walking down the road. After his talk with Hokage and his assistant he was able to understand the subject quite well, and now he could understand many things, especially Henjutsu. He even tried to apologize for the massages he gave her when they left Hokage's office, but apparently she was enjoying it too much to let him stop, which still brought a little blush to his face. But even though he was embarrassed about it, it still made him happy that he could make her happy. He was quickly pulled out of his thoughts as he reached his destination. Yamanaka Flower Shop. Today was Ayam's birthday, and since she already have a scheduled meeting with her friends at late afternoon, he decided to give her his present earlier as to not upset them with his presence. Right now he came here to buy a bouquet of 16 flowers to apologize for using unknowingly Henjutsu technique on her. "Hello," said Blonde as he entered the establishment. Not seeing anyone he walked up to the counter. "Hello?" Hearing some grunting in the back of the store he slowly walked behind the counter and peeked through the door. "Hello?" "Aha!" screamed a girl that was falling of the ladder on some sharp-ended sticks that are probably used to hold some plants up. He noted and then quickly put down Iam's present and channeled some chakra into his legs and rushed to catch her. Once he had her secured he came down from the wall, which he landed onto the floor. As he looked at the girl in his hands, he saw that her eyes were shut tightly. She had long pale blonde hair, and all in all she was quite cute. Wait, Yamanaka, pale blonde hair, Ino? Ino had not a good day so far. She had to help in her parents, she had to carry around heavy things, and now when she was putting some flower pots on the shelf she lost her balance, and was about to fall on the sticks her mother bought, because she wanted to grow a few tomatoes. When she closed her eyes, already resigned to her fate, she felt that someone caught her. At first she thought it was her father, but the feeling was different, and when she heard her name being said she opened her eyes and looked at her savior. Wow, I never saw such intense blue eyes and those golden blonde hairs, she thought while blushing, and those whisker marks makes him look both cute and a little feral. Then came the realization who her savior is, and Naruto. She asked slightly above whisper. Yeah, he started as he put her down. I hope so. It would be strange to think that you are someone you are not, said with a smile on his face, while he went to pick up a present from the floor. What are you doing here? I don't want to point out stupidity of your question, but this is a flower shop, Ino deadpanned the blonde Jinchuriki, at which the girl blushed in embarrassment, but then took in his look. What are you wearing? Aha, this is people's new invention. Some call it covering, attire, garb, but I like to call them clothes, said as his smile never left his face. On Ino's face appeared a tick mark. I know what clothes are, but why are you wearing them? To not go around naked, said Uzumaki, tilting his head in confusion. Wait. Now I understand, said gaining sly grin. You want to see me naked? The young Yamanaka blushed at this as she thought about the moment he was holding her in his arms. No. Of course not. What are you saying? Said still blushing girl. You hesitated. Did not. You said did. You're really funny, Ino. And about the clothes, this is my new ninja attire. Don't you worry though, you will see me, or rather my clone, in my jumpsuit in the academy, said Naruto. Why? You look so much better like this, said as she slapped her hands over her mouth a little too late. Oh, so you like what you see, Ino? I will wear my jumpsuit for training now, said young Uzumaki. Training? Asked blushing from his comment Ino, trying to push away her anger for the sake of her curiosity. Yeah, if I can prank everybody, escape A and BU, go in clan compounds without being discovered, then I think my evasion and stealth are quite good, Databeo, said Naruto as he went to the other side of the counter. Ino was impressed even if she would never say it out loud. Oklahoma, let's get down to business. I need a bouquet of 16 red tulips. You know, these are not Forehead's favorite flowers, said Ino. Yeah, I know, but these are not for Sakura-chan, said Boy, picking up her interest slightly. Just when she was about to question that, she saw something more interesting. Is that jewelry? Can I see it? Who is it for? Well, hold your horses, Ino. I'm not gonna tell you anything, said young Uzumaki, interrupting her. What? Why not? Whined Ino. Ino, you are known as a gossip queen, and if I were to tell you, people would know very soon, and either will say that I stole it or will steal it from the person that I will give it to, and I don't want it, said Boy with seriousness, earning a glare in return. After a minute, Ino stormed out without a word, only to return couple minutes later dragging an adult man with similar hairstyle. This is my Tusan, Inoichi Yamanaka, the head of our clan, said the girl, not noticing that the boy's eyes turned a little colder as he glared at the man. So he is a part of the council that made my life a living hell by either conspiring against me or blatantly ignoring how cruel and full of hatred this village is becoming and letting me become a scapegoat to make their lives simpler, he thought as his glare slightly intensified, which was not missed by the only adult in the room. I, Ino Yamanaka, swear on my pride as part of the clan that I will not tell anyone what present you got for your friend, said seriously Ino. Oi, don't you think that you're going too far here? Said shocked Boy. Princess, you should glare. Sigh, I, Inoichi Yamanaka, accept your vows, said clan head with resigned voice. Okay, so now show me. The girl all but screamed with stars in her eyes. When Uzumaki didn't move, she looked at his face and followed his line of sight only to look at her father. Okay, you can go now, Daddy. I think I should stay. Go! 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 Said Ino as she pushed him to the back of the store and out of the back door, and don't even try to eavesdrop, she screamed over her shoulder as she walked back. Now show me. Sigh, okay, Akira-chan said that I choose well, but there's always place for a second opinion to Bayo, said young Jinchuriki as he showed her items present. What beautiful, are the real diamonds? Asked Ino, not taking eyes off the bracelet. Yes, so you think she will like it? Asked Naruto. If not, you can give it to me later, but how could you afford it? I couldn't, I won it in some poker tournament. I still don't understand that game though. Oh well, he said as he scratched the back of his head. Can I get the bouquet? Oh, yes. Give me a minute, said Ino as she got to work. So who is it for? Ino. Yeah? I have a big mouth and you won't tell me at this. He only smiled. You could deny that. I don't like to lie, said still smiling boy, and a tick mark appeared on the girl's forehead. Here your flowers? Is there anything else you want? Yes, one Amaryllis, said Naruto as eyes of the girl widened slightly at this, but nonetheless she gave him the flower. He then quickly cut off the flower from the stalk and put said flower behind Ino's ear, which made her blush. If I remember right, then this flower means wonderful beauty, and giving it to a girl is like saying you are a coquette. No wonder it's your favorite, it fits you perfectly, he said with a small smile as he admired the view. How did you know it's my favorite? Asked blushing girl, clearly shocked. Well, I know that it may be a shocker to you, but I don't understand girls. From the very beginning it was like that, so I asked Gigi for advice and he said that if I find interesting girl, then I should listen to what she is talking, when she talks about her likes, dislikes, dreams, that kind of thing. When we started academy you, Hinata and Sakura-chan were interesting, well at least to me, so I tried to remember each of your likes and dislikes, said blonde Jinchuriki with a small smile. He thinks I'm interesting, she thought as she blushed madly. Then why did you never ask either me or Hinata out? Well, when I first approached Sakura-chan she was nice to me. Even now, when sometimes I'm staying after class, or rather my clone, with some things that I don't understand, she stays behind to help me, and even when she became more violent she hits me only when I do something stupid, so even though she won't say it out loud, some part of her care at least a little for me, he said with a small smile. When I tried to approach Hinata I think she became angry at me, she becomes all red on the face and runs away. I hope she doesn't hate me. And finally, the first time I tried to approach you I tried to give you some notebook that you left behind in class, but when I tried to give it to you, you screamed at me that I stole it from you and that I'm a disgusting thief, and then your mother tried to slap me. Her eyes widened as she remembered that, but Iruka-sensei stopped her and explained the situation. After that I stayed as far away from you as possible, since I know it must be uncomfortable for you after that incident. Well, I have to go, keep the change to Bayo, said, putting 2 times as much money and rushing out of the store. See ya around, Ino. I never even apologized for that, and he was avoiding me for my sake. I was horrible for him, and he was never even mean to me. He even called me beautiful just now, she thought as she touched the flower Naruto gave her and blushed madly. Hey, Karoba-chan. Is Ayam-chan home? Asked Naruto as he reached his final destination. Yes, Naruto-kun, but first tell me why you haven't visited me for 7 weeks, said a woman that looked like the older version of Ayam. Well, I left the village to get new clothes and a present for Ayam-chan's birthday, said the blonde as he scratched the back of his head with his free hand, and the woman's glare quickly softened. Musum-chan, you have a guest, she called, letting the boy in. Who is Naruto-kun? You're back, she exclaimed as she ran up to him and hugged him tightly. I was so worried about you. I'm okay, just having some adventures along the way, said young Uzumaki as he returned the hug with his free hand. Okay, take young man to the living room and I'll bring some snacks since you're too old for the cake, said the older Ichiraka, making quotes sings in the air. Once there, Naruto saw the occasion to apologize. Ayam-chan said, gaining her attention, Gigi and Akira-wani-chan gave me the talk and I want to apologize for using henjutsu on you, and he was interrupted by a hand on his shoulder. You don't have to apologize, I enjoyed it very much and wouldn't mind getting another massage in the future, said a blushing Ayam with a small smile. Oh, was only response the boy found. Why yeah, besides, she said while looking away, someone has to help you in this henjutsu thingy, she stuttered, and he as well looked away. This was the situation that greeted Kara, who just smiled softly. So Naruto-kun, I think you came here for something, said sitting next to her daughter. Oh yeah? Here Ayam-chan, these are for you, said giving her the bouquet and the present. Happy birthday. Red tulips, you remembered? Of course, why wouldn't I remember that? They're your favorites, asked confused boy, tilting his head to the side. You are after all one of my most precious people, Ayam-chan said, still not understanding her shock. After that statement the young woman blushed slightly and opened her present only to stare at it with wide eyes. Are they real diamonds? Asked shocked Ayam after a while. Yeah, so do you like it? Asked in hopeful voice. Oh Naruto-kun, I don't think I can. Aki, she was interrupted by a hand on her shoulder. When she looked to the side she met her mother's stern gaze. That boy left the village to find you a present, went through some adventures as he said so himself and chose it himself. Don't you think it would be selfish to not accept such gift, because it costs too much? Asked her mother with almost scolding tone. Ayam then looked at Naruto's hopeful face and then at the diamond bracelet in her hands. I love it, Naruto-kun, it's beautiful. Thank you, said the birthday girl with a small smile looking up at the boy. Yes, he screamed, raising both hands as if he won something, which caused both females to chuckle. Then he sat down again and scratched the back of his hand. Sorry, I don't really understand this jewelry thingy, so I was nervous since I didn't know if you would like it. So tell us what kind of adventures you had while you were gone, said Kara Ichiraku with kind voice. Well, it all started when I met old man Hiroshi Kushiku. 2 weeks later. It's always a pleasure to meet you, Reikage Dano, but why have you come to my village? Asked Sarutobi, sitting behind his desk. I came with the bounty for Kuro Nagain's head. This is the heir to the Kunnagi clan, Ayano Kunnagi, and her mother, wife of the head of the clan Akane Kunnagi, gestured towards two redheads very similar in look, only mother looks slightly older and is taller. And this is my bodyguard Yujito. Ni pointed towards the blonde behind him. Now if you would be so kind to summon the shinobi that took out the trash. Ah yes. Nico and Bu appeared, kneeling in front of the desk. Go fetch me Naruto-kun. Is this wise Hokage-sama? It's his ramen time. It's that late, huh? Well then tell him to come here as soon as possible, and just in case tell I am, and Tucci to remind him. Of course Hokage-sama, she said and left. Are you afraid of your own shinobi? Maybe it's time to retire, said Reikage with slight chuckle. I'm not afraid of him, but rather of the consequences of interrupting his ramen time. He's known in this village as Prankster King from Hell. He can literally make my life hell with the paperwork he will cause with his pranking, and I don't want a repeat of a time when I forbid him ramen. Sandaime shivered at the thought. Besides, Naruto-kun is not my shinobi yet. His graduation is scheduled in a little over 2 months. You're trying to tell me that academy student killed an A-rank missing nin? Asked Shokta. Yes, Naruto-kun is not a normal academy student. He found a motivation to become stronger, and undying will and unwavering determination will lead him to great future, said Hiruzen with a proud smile. I just hope that after today we won't have to go to war with Kumo. Yo, Gigi. I heard that you were looking for me, said Boy as he walked into the office with his hands behind his head. When he saw that there are other people in the room, he lowered his hands. You're busy. I'll come another time, said as he was about to turn around. No, Naruto-kun, we were waiting for you, said Sandaime with a smile. Huh? What do you need me for while talking to foreign Kage, Gigi? Asked young Uzumaki with raised brow. Before Hokage could answer, he was interrupted. Are you going to allow this brat to show you such disrespect, Hokage Dano? Maybe it really is a high time to step down, said Al with a small smirk. When the boy heard this, his eyes turned colder, fact noted by elderly leader. If you want to know, Reikage-san, started Kyubi Jinchuriki, gaining a glare from Yujito and Ayanomi. Calling Gigi as I call him is a sign of my respect. But you wouldn't know, since according to Akira-chan, interrupting someone's conversation is showing disrespect for both parties of said conversation, said Boy, looking him up and down with his cold eyes. Show Reikage-sama proper respect, screamed Ayano, at which Naruto raised eyebrow. Respect? Why should I show respect to someone I have no respect whatsoever? Asked generally confused Boy, but the coldness from his eyes didn't disappear. And my hopes just vanished, thought Hiruzen with a sad sigh. Watch it, brat, or what? Interrupted him Naruto. You will kill me? If you do, you will cause a war, and then what? You may be able to escape, since after death of the fastest man in the world, Yondaime Hokage, you became the fastest in the world. But what of those two Uzumaki wannabes? Or Yujito ni, the Jinchuriki of the Nibi, that you brought with you? When he saw them widen their eyes, he continued, Oh, I know, you will try to kidnap me, but wait, I'm not a little girl for you to do that, right? Reikage Dano, should I worry about your choice of entourage? Said elderly Sarutobi as he prepared himself for anything. Of course not, Hokage Dano. I didn't come here to seek a fight, said, still glaring at the boy, who glared back with equal force. How did you know about my Jinchuriki status? Asked still shocked Yujito. The younger blonde simply took out small black book from his back pocket. This book cost me a lot, but it has info on every ninja, that is worth more than 10 millions, said as he put the book back in his pocket. So how big is the reward for me? 35 millions, 3 more than Gigi's son, congrats, said Naruto, still in glaring contest with Kumo's leader. For your information, Boy, the Hyuga incident was caused by the council that bribed the ambassador. I find out after that Hyuga's body reached my village. And? Why didn't you apologize yet? Leader don't need to apologize for his soldiers' mistakes, Brat said as he looked at the blonde with distaste. You are even more pathetic than I thought. You were fooled by your council. Then you chose the ambassador to represent you and signed the treaty. Next, your ambassador tried to kidnap a little girl, giving her a mental trauma, and when all was over, you demanded the body of a person that killed that scum and even threatened us with war. Did you think what would happen? Countless lost lives because of you, because of your incompetence, because you are a fool. Hokage. A true leader is able to accept and rectify his wrongdoings, but your arrogance and pride are not allowing you to even see them. You should ask Hyuga clan head for forgiveness and beg for said forgiveness from Hinata and the kid that was orphaned because of you and your unjustified demand. I am not one of your Kumo-ass kissers, so I can easily tell you that all those years ago up. The last royal line, Uzumaki said, and then looked at the red-haired girl that spoke earlier. And you girl. You spoke of showing proper respect to your leader. I can respect your village. I can respect many shinobi that came from it, like that lady over there, he said as he pointed at Yujito, but your leader is an arrogant fool, and in my book people like that don't deserve respect. I hope that when you become leader of a team or something you will do a better job, otherwise I fear for your subordinates. Said blonde boy as he looked at the aged leader that was sitting behind his desk. What am I doing here, Gigi? You know that I don't like wasting my time. Ah yes, if you would, Reikage Dano said Hiruzen, politely shocked that there weren't acts of violence in his office yet. Yes, we came here because of the bounty on Kuro Nagain, said through clenched teeth, trying to calm himself as to not kill this boy. Yujito used this and stepped forward, raising a briefcase. Naruto then took out a scroll and they exchanged them. After a couple minutes of checking and counting, the older blonde nodded to her leader and sealed off the body, and the younger one closed the briefcase and sealed it in one of the storage seals on his glove. Where's Inraiha? Asked Ayano out of the blue. Safe with me, answered Naruto, not really looking at her. If that's all, then I have places to be, things to do. Wait. Give me back Inraiha. Why should I? According to international laws that concern missing Nins, what kills is yours, meaning whatever said missing Nin had on him in his last moments, as well as in his place of living, is to be given to the one that did the deed, no matter if it was originally held by clan, village, or even a daimyo. Inraiha is mine now and mine alone. Now I understand this whole deja vu shit. Besides, according to the contract Kannagi clan signed, once they lost the sword it'd have to return to Kushoku clan. And how do you know that exactly, boy? Asked older redhead. I am honorary member of the Kushoku clan and the last person that ended apprenticeship to become an artisan, and since in his last will old man Hiroshi Kushoku wrote everything that belonged to the clan to me, well, and it's not a boy but Uzumaki Naruto, future Hokage of Konohagakure no Sato Databayo, said the blonde with pride. My name is Akane Kannagi, and this gestured at younger redhead is my daughter Ayano. She's a heir to our clan. It is pleasure to meet a future Kage, said matriarch of the Kannagi clan. Ha, like someone like that could become a leader of a village, said If you could become one, everyone can, said the boy with a fox-like smirk on his face. Why, you little? Fight me, said Ayano, interrupting her leader. Say what? Was young Uzumaki's intelligent reply. I said fight me, and if I win you will give me Inraiha, said young redhead. And if you lose? Then I'll give you what you want. Yeah, I don't really need much. To be honest, the only thing I pay for is ramen, and with the money from the bounty it's rather covered, so I will be going, said Kyubi Jinchuriki as he started to turn around. Then if I lose you can use my body however you want, said blushing redhead. Ayano, scolded her mother. Huh? Why would I need your body? Mine is quite good and I don't think I need any replacement parts. Besides, it would be strange since you're a girl, said young Uzumaki in confusion, tilting his head slightly to the side. You've got to be shitting me, thought. Hee Naruto-kun, do you remember the conversation we had after you came back from the break? When Hiruzen saw that he blushed slightly and nodded, he continued, I think that she means of using her body in that way. Oh, realization came over him as his eyes widened and he blushed. He screamed as he threw an accusing finger at her. You're a pervert. I am not. Ha! Then why do you want to get into my pants? Besides, Akira-chan said that something like that should be done between people that like each other, and I don't even know you. Bibaka, I am just trying to put something equally worthy on the stake here, said a blushing Ayano. Then you're a baka. You're what, a year older than me? You probably haven't done that yet, right? When he saw her blush as much as he was, he continued. Akira-chan said that the first time is priceless experience for girls, experience that they will remember to the end of their life, and you want to throw it away like that. Have some self-respect, girl. Inraiha is a good, valuable sword, but is not worthy enough. I can't accept your proposal. Well, I will be going now, said young Jinchuriki, still blushing slightly as he started walking towards the door. I might have something you want to have, Uzumaki Naruto, said Akane as she took out a scroll. When I heard that it was an Uzumaki that ended that trash, I thought that something like that might happen, although I didn't thought that my daughter would try to sell her body, said as she looked at the younger redhead. And I'm glad that you didn't accept it though, you're a good person. The blonde scratched the back of his head and blushed slightly at the praise. She then unsealed contents of the sealing scroll, shocking Naruto to the core. I bought it at the black market. It has different coloring than standard Uzumaki clan crest. But since you have identical at your back. She stopped when she saw him slowly walk towards the chest, and once he reached it, tenderly touched it as if it was going to disappear all of a sudden. I will fight you, Ayano Kusanagi, and I will put Inraiha on the line if you put this chest on the line. The girl looked at her mother, who nodded and smirked arrogantly. When do you want to fight? Immediately, said the boy, still not looking away from the chest. Now, Naruto-kun, don't you think that it would be better to do it another time? You're already a little tired from training. You already. Hiruzen stopped when he saw blonde Uzumaki's eyes sigh. Very well, Tora. Yes, Hokage-sama. You will accompany me. We will go to the arena and there you can fight. Is this acceptable by everyone? Everybody nods. Good, let's go. Okay, are you both ready? Asked Anbu, that was named the proctor of this match. This will be easy. When I bring back Inraiha, father won't be sad all the time, thought the redhead. Yes. She graduated at the same time as Bushy Brows and Tenten. Should I take off my weights and turn off my resistance seal? No, first I have to test her out a little, thought Blonde. Yes. Then, Hajime. Ayano didn't waste any time and rushed at Naruto, pulling out a katana, trying to use to her advantage the surprise the blonde was in if his shocked face was anything to go by. She's so slow. Way slower than Bushy Brows and even Tenten, when I saw her train that one time, he thought as he sidestepped vertical slash, shocking the girl slightly. Then he crouched under horizontal slash and thinking quickly he rolled under her arm, and once he was behind her he slapped her on the ass. You pervert! Screamed Ayano as she channeled her Enten chakra into the katana, putting it ablaze, like she did countless times with Inraiha during her training. After a couple minutes of mindlessly swinging the blade and not getting an even one hit, the redhead managed to finally get a hold of her rage. I'll give you couple advices for you. I don't need your advices, said Kusanagi stubbornly, which was completely ignored by the blonde. Firstly, don't let anger to cloud your judgment. Secondly, underestimating your opponent is the fastest road to early grave. Thirdly, you're too dependent to your weapon. Fourthly, arrogance is a downfall of many ninja and you're not as good as you think you are. If that's it, I'm going to rip you apart. Ayano screamed and ran at Naruto. When she was about to cut him in half, she stopped. What is going on? Why can't I move? Fifthly, never let an Uzumaki mark you. I am not a pervert. That time when I touched your ass I put a paralysis seal on you, but since it can be overpowered by string or chakra and since most girls hate perverts, even though some of them are perverts, I used it against you. Of course my trap wouldn't work if you weren't a hothead, but all in all you lost, he said as he took out one of his kunais and put it to her throat. Winner of this match Uzumaki Naruto, said Tora as he was impressed by the young boy's performance. Naruto, hearing this, quickly put out the kunai and turned around and went towards the audience that was already at the other side of the arena. After couple steps with a quick kai, he freed her from paralysis, and she fell to her knees. I lost now, I won't get back Inraiha, I failed, it's all his fault, the redhead thought as she glared at the boy that was walking away. It's all your fault, she screamed and charged him with her fire sword, putting the last bit of chakra in her katana. Ayano, don't! Screamed older redhead. Just as the girl reached him, Naruto spun around on his heel at the same time, using his wind manipulation to put out the flame. Then he catched the blade with his left, and smashed it with his right hand next to the hilt, and kicked her in the chest, sending her into the tree. Once she slid down, he threw the blade that impaled next to her head. The young Kunagi's eyes widened in fear as she looked into her opponent's cold blue eyes. And here I thought you were a respectable person, he said, turned around and walked over to the group. I won, can I get my prize please? Asked matriarch of the Kunagi clan. Yes, of course, she said, giving him the scroll. I'm sorry for. You have done nothing to apologize for, Akane-san, said Naruto, and looked at Hiruzen. I will be going. Gigi, when he saw that Hokage, nodded. After quick goodbye he left. Akane then walked up to her daughter. We need to have a talk, young lady. Damn it. Next day. I hope you found the stay enjoyable, Reikage Dano, said Hiruzen. Yes, thank you for your hospitality, Hokage Dano said. Sai, what am I doing here, Gigi? Asked clearly irritated Naruto. I asked for you, answered him Ayano. When he looked at her, she bowed deeply. I want to ask for forgiveness. My actions yesterday were dishonorable, and there is nothing that can excuse me from what I have done and tried to do. Young Uzumaki just looked at her for some time, then turned towards You should learn from her, he said, and then turned back. And when it comes to you, I already forgave you. I'm not that good at holding grudges. Here, proof, sign this, said as he gave her some sheets. What is this? Asked confused girl. A contract similar to the one your ancestor signed, and before you ask, it doesn't concern Inraiha. I told you before I ended apprenticeship, and at the end I had to make something with my master. That's how Inraiha was created. Rekka is a katana with similar abilities as Inraiha, but thanks to the seals I used during her creation she's slightly stronger. The choice is yours though, but once you sign the contract you will lose Inraiha forever," said blonde Uzumaki, and the girl's eyes widen. "It's your choice, Musum. I will support you either way," said older redhead. "Why me? After all I have done?" asked confused girl, not looking up from the papers in her hands. "You're a good and respectable person. Besides," Naruto said, and Ayano looked up to see the small, gentle smile gracing his face and warm look in his eyes, and she blushed slightly. "I believe in you. I believe that you will become strong and bring fame to the blade. Of course you have to train harder," he said, and the girl's blush intensified and signed the contract. When he saw it, he unsealed Rekka and took her hand in his and put it on the handle and covered it with his own. "Channel your chakra into the handle," he said. By now her face were glowing red, but nonetheless did what was asked for. "Now only you and me can unsheath it. The sheath itself have seals that clean and sharpen the blade when it's needed. Take care of her." "I will, thank you," said still blushing girl, hugging katana to her chest. "Now that it's over, let's go. I want to reach home as soon as possible." "Goodbye, Hokage Dano, brat," said irritated slightly. "I wish you a safe return to your home, Reikage Dano." "It was a pleasure to meet all of you," said Naruto, bowing slightly. Then he straightened and looked at Kumo's leader. "Well, almost all of you," said with a fox-like smirk. "TCH, cheeky brat." After some time of looking as they walked away, Hiruzen decided to ask a question. Was it wise to give her such a weapon? "As you're saying sometimes, Gigi, only time will tell. Now let's go. You promised me free ramen if I come with you here, Databeo." Day before graduation exam. "How could I forget my notebook today of all days," thought one Sakura Haruno as she ran back to her classroom. When she reached her destination and was about to enter the room, she stopped in her tracks when she heard some voices from the inside. "You know it's not good idea. Oibun-sama don't like to waste his time." "Naruto Baka? I already made my choice. If he won't come, he will not advance." "Iruka-sensei? What is going on?" "Fine, but be ready to face the consequences of your choice, sensei." "I will." Sakura then ran behind the corner as she heard footsteps nearing the doors. Once she saw him left, she went into the classroom. "Sakura? What are you doing here?" asked Iruka. "I forgot my notebook, sensei," she said as she ran to her seat and took her notebook. "Well then, prepare for tomorrow's exam," said as he looked back to his paperwork. "Of course, goodbye, Iruka-sensei," she said as she ran out of the classroom. "I don't know what is going on, but I will think about it later. For now I have to concentrate on the exam." With last thought she ran out of academy. "Prepare for tomorrow." "Sigh, it will be such a waste of time to Bayo," said Naruto in a whining tone as he entered the academy with the intent to finally pass the genin exam. "I still don't understand why Iruka-sensei forbids me from sending a clone to pass this test," he thought as he neared the door to his classroom. Inside, his classmates were doing the same thing as usual, meaning Sasuke Uchiha was glaring at the wall in front of him, while his entire fan club was bickering who will seat next to him, with Ino Yamanaka and Sakura Haruno being the loudest. Shino Aburame sitting in a row above the Avenger playing with some bugs, creeping everyone out. Above him sat Hinata Hyuga trying to hide inside of her jacket while at the same time looking for the blonde. In the row below, the last Uchiha Kiba Inuzuka was boasting how much of an alpha he really is. The closest to the door, Shikamaru Nara was trying to catch some sleep, while next to him his best friend Choji Akimichi was eating chips. The rest was either talking among themselves or watching Kiba or fangirls. When the doors opened, everyone looked at them in hopes seeing their sensei, but when they saw Naruto, they were shocked. The boy just raised an eyebrow at that, already annoyed that he had to come here. It will be a long day, Databeo thought blonde as he made his way to one of the truly free seats, next to the Uchiha or the Aburame. But when he saw all the fangirls next to the emo, he opted to choose the second possibility. As he made his way to the stairs, someone jumped in his way. "Don't think that new clothes will help, Dobe. There is only one alpha here," said Kiba proudly. Naruto seemingly ignored his statement as he walked around him, which angered the Inuzuka slightly, but not as much as the words that Uzumaki spoke. "Then it's a pity that it's not you, huh?" At this, young heir gritted his teeth and the class snickered slightly. Mornin, Sakura-chan greeted Naruto as he reached the group of girls. "Don't try to act as cool as Sasuke-kun, Baka. I will not go out with you even if you dress differently," said girl a little too quickly while blushing slightly, which gained a raised eyebrow from the fan club and Ino and a glare from the shy girl sitting in the back, well, as much of a glare as she could muster. I didn't ask you out, Sakura-chan, said blonde Jinchuriki and smirked. Well, not yet, hee. But seriously, if I thought that you would be swayed by appearance, then it would mean that I think of you as a shallow girl, and I don't think of you that way. Besides, as cool as team? He asked, looking at the Uchiha and back to the girl in front of him as he started walking past her. Didn't you mean as cold as Sasuke? Asked the boy as he made his way up, ignoring the shocked faces. Hey Ino, gritted Naruto with a small smile causing her cheek to turn pink. Hey Naruto, god fucking damn it, why the hell did I stutter just now, thought Yamanaka air silently cursing herself. Sasuke-kun is not cold. He has started pink-haired kunoichi in training only to be interrupted by the blonde. Sasuke Uchiha and I am Naruto Uzumaki and that's who I want to be, Sakura-chan, he said, not really looking at the girl as he sat down next to young Aburame. After a couple seconds everyone returned to what they were doing before. Blonde Jinchuriki quickly got bored, so he took out a book with kanji for 10 and started reading. Could you take your bugs off of me? I don't like to be spied, so if you don't want to lose them. Of course, Naruto-san, thank you for not killing them immediately, said Shino as he retracted the bugs. I had no reason to, they didn't bother me too much, said the last royal line Uzumaki as he started reading the book. The young Aburame raised an eyebrow at this, since from his point of view the book had blank pages, but didn't question it as his bugs told him that it is laced with chakra. Not even 5 minutes later Iruka and his new assistant Maki entered the classroom. Silence, please shut up, screamed Iruka, quickly losing his patience. Iruka-sensei, why are you wearing a cap? Asked one of the students. Yes, Iruka-sensei, tell us, why are you wearing a cap? Repeated clearly amused Naruto, at which Iruka closed his eyes and steeled his nerves. Well, for your information, I was trying out new style, and he stopped and opened his eyes when he sensed something flying at him. When he saw that it was a saban, he quickly ducked, but not fast enough as his cap was pinned to the blackboard behind him, showing his hair to the whole class, his bright orange hair. After initial shock they started to snicker, then laugh lightly, but before they could go any further Iruka shut them up. I will make sure to fail anyone who will laugh. When he heard snickering he glared at that person. Naruto, of course. I like your style, sensei, said the boy smiling. I know it's your job, Naruto said, Iruka pointing an accused finger at the blonde. Why would I do something like that, sensei? It would be, he said as his face lost all traces of smile. Such a waste of time, added in an annoying voice. Okay, he must be really annoyed for forcing him to come here. Sai, let's get it over with, the teacher said as he put the cap back on and threw the needle back at the blonde Jinchuriki, who caught it without trouble. The exam will have 4 parts: written test, shurikenjutsu test, taijutsu test, and ninjutsu test. Maki is giving out tests. Once everyone will have one we will start. This portion will take 45 minutes. Okay, you can start, good luck, he said as he saw that all tests were given out. Oh man, this is so easy now. Who knew that learning and reading helps with tests, thought Naruto as he started writing answers with inhuman speed. Fast writing training for Fuinjutsu helps a lot too. The whole thing didn't take him even 5 minutes, and then he went down to the teacher's desk and gave away his test to Iruka. Are you sure you don't want to check the answers one more time? Asked Maki. Nah, I'm cool, answered Naruto. Okay, then you can wait for the second part of the exam at the training ground, Iruka said and watched as the blonde left the classroom. Damn, he wrote it so fast, and still it looks better than my handwriting when I concentrate on it, said Maki, depressed a little, making Iruka laugh. Okay, you have 3 lines. From the closest one you have to score 10 out of 10 to pass, from middle one you have to score 5 out of 10, and from the furthest one you have to score 3 out of 10. You have 5 kunai, 5 shuriken and 5 senbon, but senbons are optional, meaning you don't have to use them and shouldn't if you don't know how. Okay, let's start. Most of the civilian students went the easy way and scoring 10 out of 10 from the closest line. Shino and Sakura from the middle line got 8 out of 10 with 4 kunai and 4 shuriken. Ino, Kiba and Choji got 7 out of 10 with 4 kunai and 3 shuriken. Shikamaru got 5 out of 10 with 5 kunai as he said it will be too troublesome to use shuriken. Hinata got 9 out of 10 with 5 kunai and 4 shuriken. Sasuke, with cheering from his fan club, got 9 out of 10 from furthest line. Uzumaki Naruto, Uzumaki Naruto. Sai Iruka then walked over to the tree and using a little bit of chakra kicked it. After a couple seconds Naruto fell down. That hurt, Databeo, said young Uzumaki as he was holding his head. Then don't sleep in the exam, Baka. It's your turn, so get your ass moving, Naruto said Iruka. Okay, no need to be so violent, he said as he stood up. When he saw 3 tables with projectiles he walked up to the one that had the most of them as to not use other people things. How many of them do I need to take, sensei? Asked the boy as he looked at the weapons. 5 of each kind, said Iruka as he returned to where he was standing before. Okay, young Jinchuriki said as he took the weapon stand on the line and threw all of them with deadly precision, and soon one by one all hit the target. Very good Naruto, perfect score. If you Iruka started, but was quickly interrupted by Blonde. Yeah? Can we move on with this already? I'm bored, said Uzumaki as tick mark appeared on his teacher's forehead. Okay, everyone follow me, the teacher said, leading them to the other side of the training ground. Okay, here will take place taijutsu part of the exam. You will fight either me or Maki and your goal is to withstand 2 out of 5 minutes, the more the better. You will got additional points and if somehow you manage to win, you will get a perfect score. Now let's start. Most of the students barely held out 2 minutes. Shikamaru, Ino and Sakura managed 3 minutes and got couple hits in. Choji and Shino held out 4 minutes and hit their teacher couple times. Kiba, Hinata and Sasuke withstood all 5 minutes and got in some hits with Sasuke leading in that department, then Hinata and Kiba. Uzumaki Naruto. Iruka looked around only to see him sleeping under a tree. Uzumaki Naruto. Whoa, I'm up. There is no need to scream, to Bayo said Blonde as he stood up. There would be no need to scream if you wouldn't fall asleep all the time, said irritated Iruka. And whose fault is that I'm here getting bored all the time, said last Royal Uzumaki as he stretched a little inside a ring. Besides, I was interested in only 3 fights. After hearing this, 2 girls blushed. Ino, because she remembered their talk from over 2 months, and Hinata, because when she looked at him during her fight he was watching intently. Are you ready? Asked Iruka. Yeah, sure, why not, said the boy dismissively as he put his hands in his pockets. Sai then Hajime. As soon as Iruka said that, Maki ran straight at Naruto and threw a punch at him which was easily avoided, but quickly snapping out of his shock he tried to kick the boy, who jumped back. The teacher then ran up to him and tried to hit him in the face, but again he just jumped back. They repeated it for next 20 or so seconds until blonde Jinchuriki was standing next to the line that represents the end of the ring. You can't run away now, Gaki said Maki as he threw a punch at the young shinobi in training. Naruto quickly spun around on his heel to avoid the hit, and once he was behind his teacher he kicked him in the back lightly, but with enough force to send him to the ground just outside of the ring, shocking Maki and his classmates, as this fight didn't last even half a minute. Good job, Naruto, another perfect score, praised him Iruka. Yeah, can we just move on? Asked the boy with a bored tone, interrupting him. Sai, okay, everyone follow me, it's time for ninjutsu test. After ninjutsu test. Congratulations to all of you. As I don't want to postpone your celebrations, I will be quick with announcements. Rookie of the Year goes to Sasuke Uchiha, Kunoichi of the Year goes to Sakura Haruno, and unfortunately Naruto Uzumaki. Even though today you got the best score, you still was placed as the dead last. Team placement is on Monday at 10 a.m. here in this classroom. Don't be late and remember that you have to take care of your license in a weekend. Now go and celebrate, said Iruka in a proud voice. 2 days later. Hokage's office. Naruto-kun, what can I do for you? Hey Gigi. I came to get a new scroll, the boy said as he put the scroll with second step of lightning manipulation on the desk. So which one now? Said Hiruzen as he stored scroll in one of his drawers. Well, I ended first step of fire manipulation strictly because of Enraiha, but now I will follow the schedule, so I want first step of water manipulation, said a smiling boy. Very well, here is your scroll, said as he put blue scroll on the desk, and this is a present, said putting green scroll next to the blue one. Present? Asked shocked blonde. Yes, your graduation present. It's a Shunshin no Jutsu, a fast movement technique that I think you will find useful. Shunshin no Shursui could use it without hand seals and any evidence of him doing it like leaps, which is typical for our village, and at the same time his speed was unmatched. Who knows, maybe you will be faster, said Sarutobi with a small grandfatherly smile. Thanks, Gigi. It's awesome present, Databayo. Naruto-kun, now that you're a shinobi you must know that it's not an easy life. You will have to make many choices and deal with consequences of them, especially if you want to be a Hokage. I have done many things that I'm not proud of. Like trying to manipulate me? When he saw that the elderly leader widened his eyes, he continued, when I landed in the hospital after my 7th birthday you cried next to my bed saying how sorry you are and all that shit. Well, I was conscious that time, said Naruto with a small smile. Then why? Why? Because I believe in second chances, and even though I was very angry at you, not giving you that chance would be a little hypocritical of me, don't you think? Besides, if you would want to manipulate me again you would never allow me a free pass to the library, since people with less knowledge are easier to manipulate, said the blonde as he smiled softly. You don't know how much weight you lift off of my shoulders. I'm sorry for my attempts, and thank you for giving me a chance. said Sandaime as lone tear escaped his eye. Nah, I'm not that good at holding grudges either way, said Uzumaki and waved dismissively. You became a fine young man with a heart of gold, said Hokage with a small proud smile. Gold? I thought that organs are made of flesh and not some metal, said confused boy, tilting his head to the side, which caused for Hokage to laugh. When he regained his composure somewhat, he said, it's just a saying, Naruto-kun. When someone has a heart of gold, that means that he or she is a very good person. Oh, then thank you, Gigi, said the boy as he scratched the back of his head, clearly embarrassed about the praise. No, I thank you, and thank you for what you have done for my grandson. Konohamaru? He's a good kid, little bratty but funny. Well, I have to go if I want to train some more today, said young Uzumaki as he turned around and walked up to the doors. Remember, Naruto-kun, tomorrow at 10 is team placement. Okay, I won't forget, Databeo said and left. Sigh, this village don't deserve you, Naruto-kun. I just hope that you won't come to the same conclusion. Are you sure it would work? Asked Blonde as he was ending his bowl of ramen. I don't know, Naruto-kun, but if you want her to train, said ramen waitress, trailing off at the end. It's just the whole being cold to Sakura-chan thing will be hard for me, but if I have to do that to make sure that she will be safe, then so be it, said the boy as he paid for the meal and stood up. Well, I have to go, Ayam-chan. When will this test start? Asked Tuchi. It should start over an hour ago, answered blonde Uzumaki. Then why are you still here? Asked shocked girl. He wasted over 2 hours of my training time yesterday. I will not respect time arrangements of someone who does that, said Naruto. Still, or rather he'll be your Jonin sensei. You should show him respect at least a little, said the girl in almost scolding tone. He's just a Jonin assigned to my team, Ayam-chan, not a sensei. Well, either way, I have to go now. See you later, Ayam-chan, Tsuchiyaji-san, Karoba-chan, said young Jinchuriki and left. Don't you think the girl might hate him if he follows your advice? Ramen Chief asked his daughter. She might be grateful, said Ayam stubbornly. Are you sure you did not give him that advice to have him all to yourself? What are you talking about, Otosan? Naruto-kun is almost like a little brother to me, said Ayam, blushing slightly. Oh, really? I didn't know that nowadays older sisters have erotic dreams about their younger brothers, said Tuchi with a sly smile. Otosan! Screamed embarrassed and blushing girl. Now, honey, you shouldn't say something like that in here. Someone could hear you. When she saw grateful look her daughter was giving her, she quickly added, even though it's so totally true. Ka-chan, whined Ayam as she blushed even harder, which caused her parents to chuckle a little. You're late! Screamed a pink-haired Kunoichi. Now, Sakura-chan. I don't see Kakashi, so I'm not technically late, said Blonde as he walked past her as if she wasn't there, which shocked the girl a little, and then sat down under a tree once he reached it. They didn't have to wait long, as not even 5 minutes later Hataki walked out of tree line on the opposite side of the training ground. Yo! You're late! Screamed the girl once more. Yes, well, apparently yesterday I forgot about introductions, so before the test we're going to do that, said the Scarecrow. Can you show us how? Asked Pinkette. Very well. My name is Hataki Kakashi. I have no desire to tell you my likes and dislikes, dreams for the future, and I have lots of hobbies, said Jonin with a nice smile. All we got is his name, thought the Genins. Okay, now let's start with the blonde one, said as he looked at Naruto. Uzumaki, Naruto said, and after a couple seconds it was obvious that he's not going to elaborate. You know, you should tell us your likes, dislikes and dreams, said the man with ever-present eye smile. You wasted too much of my time for that Sharingan no Kakashi, said the boy as he closed his eyes. Wait, Sharingan? Are you an Uchiha? Asked the raven-haired boy of the group, but before Kakashi could answer, Naruto did. He has a transplanted Sharingan eye behind his Hitaiite. He got it from his supposedly dead teammate Obito Uchiha, who gave it to him to help protect the girl he loved, said with still closed eyes. How do you know so much about me? Asked Kakashi as his eye narrowed. I have my sources, and you're quite famous, said while still sitting under a tree with closed eyes. Jonin was going to question him some more, but then something caught his attention. What do you mean, supposedly? Asked the only adult of the group, now openly glaring at the blonde. According to the report, his body was not found in retrieval mission. He could survive, or his body was taken by the enemy for a Sharingan, who knows? People can spit fire and manipulate different elements. Nothing is impossible in our world, said Naruto as Kakashi looked at him for some time. Okay, let's continue. Your turn, Pinky, said silver-haired Jonin, earning a glare from the girl. My name is Haruno Sakura. The thing I like is, well, the person I like is, and my dream FO the future said as she blushed slightly and looked at Uchiha. What I dislike is Ino Pig, and Naruto Baka said boy flinched, which was not missed by Kakashi. My hobby is. Girls of this age are more interested in love than ninjutsu, thought the man as he looked at the raven-haired boy, indicating that it's his turn. My name is Uchiha Sasuke. There are lots of things I dislike, and I don't really like anything, and I can't really call it a dream, but I have an ambition. The resurrection of my clan and to kill a certain man. Cool. Like I thought. Pathetic. The rest of his team turned to Naruto so quickly that their necks almost snapped. What did you say? Growled Sasuke. Revenge is a tool for mentally challenged people who can't cope with their loss and are weak enough to succumb to the darkness in their hearts. It won't change anything. It won't bring back your loved ones or change that you feel betrayed, and in your case it will make you know better than Itachi, said Naruto as he was still resting in the shade of the tree with eyes closed. Shut up. I am nothing like Itachi, screamed raven-haired boy. Itachi is your brother, an Uchiha who killed Uchihas, so when you say that you want to kill him, one of the last Uchihas in the world, how are you any better exactly? Asked Naruto. You don't understand anything. You had no one to begin with. You were always alone, you didn't lose anybody. You have no right to. You are right, interrupted him Naruto, who tensed after hearing his words. I had no loving mother or protective father to begin with. I had no family that I could make proud, that could show me love, that I could love. I don't pretend that I know what it feels like, but said Naruto as he opened his eyes and Sasuke took a step back, for these eyes did not belong to the Naruto he knew. Those eyes were cold, unforgiving, full of pain, loneliness and silent rage. You do not pretend that you know what my life looked like up until now, especially that you and most of the people in this village couldn't care less about it even if I died somewhere along the way. He then stood up and walked up to the rest of his team. Can we start the test? I have better things to do than talk about the past. Yes, of course, Jonin said as he took out 2 bento boxes, alarm clock and 2 bells. Your job is to get the bells from me before noon. But sensei, there are only 2 bells, said young Kunoichi. Yes, and that's because one of you will fail and get tied to the post while other 2 will eat lunch, said Kakashi as 2 stomachs rumbled. Naruto, why did you eat, when I said you shouldn't? That was not an order, and beside, even if it would be, I would eat anyways, as an order like that is stupid and useless, just like the leader that would give it out, said blonde Uzumaki with a bored tone, and this is a stupid test. Oh really? Why? Asked Kakashi. You're trying to test our teamwork and if we're ready to sacrifice our own good for the good of the team, said young Jinchuriki. So you figure it out, huh, said Jonin. Not really, this is the same test Shodaime Hokage gave to Jiji and his teammates. Jiji gave to the Sanins, one of the Sanins gave to the Yondaime and his teammates, and the Yondaime gave to you and your teammates. Jiji told me about the time he tested his students and that he tied Jiraiya. Jiraiya. Yeah, sure, whatever. He tied him because he did something stupid. I would probably end up the same way. When he saw confusion on the Jonin's face, added, I'm an idiot. I tend to do stupid things. Why do you think that the test is stupid though? Asked curious adult. Team is a talented genius, and because of that he thinks he's better than the rest of us, and unless there won't be a great threat he won't even try to work together. Sakura-chan as his fangirl will follow him like a lost puppy without asking questions, said the blonde as he tried to ignore the look of hurt that appeared on young Kunoichi's face that was quickly replaced by the look of anger. And you? Asked Kakashi. I have nothing against working with them as long as they will remember that they're genins too, said Naruto. What I should do now? They know what the test is about, so I won't be able to surprise them. I could always fail them after beating them down to the ground, but then I would have to listen to the whining about failing Uchiha. Sigh, well, at least now I will have more time to read in peace, thought Kakashi, and said, okay, now the test is useless since you know the purpose of it. Well, you can thank Naruto as now I have to pass you. Congratulations, Team 7. He ended with an eye smile. Before I go I will give an advice, so to say, that you should remember. Those that break the rules in ninja world are trashes, but those that abandon their friends and comrades are worse than trashes. Well, come here the day after tomorrow at 8 o'clock and we will start our duties as a team. Ja-eni, and with that he poofed out of existence. Well, I'm going to tell Ayam-chan that I passed without even moving a finger, which is a little disappointment, said Naruto as he started walking towards Ichiraku Ramen. You can join if you want, team, he said over his shoulder. HN, I don't have time for this, I have to train, said as he started walking the other way. You don't have time to eat? Oh well, you're lost, Databeo. See you around, said blonde Uzumaki as he waved over his shoulder and left. Sasuke-kun, do you want? No, interrupted her Uchiha and left as well, leaving her behind with bad mood, but this time there was no one to rise her spirit, so she slowly went home. Hokage office later that day. Team 7 passes, said Kakashi, shocking the rest of the Jonins. Team 8 passes, said Kurenai Yahi. Team 9 cough failed miserably, said Hate Gecko. Team 10 passes, said Asuma Sarutobi as he blew out smoke in seemingly random direction. Very well, I expect a lot out of the teams that passed. You're all dismissed, said Hiruzen, and soon only Jonin from Team 7 remained. What can I do for you, Kakashi? Naruto worries me a little, Hokage-sama. He knew about me a lot of things that he shouldn't and didn't want to talk about his sources, said Hatake. When he will trust you, he will share his knowledge, just like he did with me, and if he worries about his loyalties, don't. At this point in time I will sooner question your loyalty than his. Have some faith in your team, Kakashi, said Hiruzen. Of course, Hokage-sama, said Hatake and left the office. You can come out now, said Hiruzen, making his ANBU tense a little. Naruto-kun. Ah wow, and here I thought that I managed to fool you, Gigi, said the boy as he pulled down the hood and shimmered into existence. It's still way too early for that, said chuckling Sarutobi. Yeah, I would be kinda disappointed a little if I actually managed to do that, but I still fooled your ANBU and all the Jonins. Well, not all, since that smoking guy knew I was here, said blonde Uzumaki with a smile. Ah, you mean my son Asuma? Asked Sandaime. That was your son? Well, at least you have similar hobby, said smiling blonde. Why did you come here, Naruto-kun? Don't get me wrong, I am happy that you visited me, but at this time you train generally, said still smiling Sandaime. I want to buy training ground 50, said Naruto seriously. Buy? Well, I have put it before the council and… According to Konoha's law, if training ground is not used for at least 2 years, it can be sold without the knowledge of the council, just by you if the price is fair. I checked before I started using it, nobody used it for over a year, and since I used it unofficially it was like I never used it, said Naruto. My. You grow up so fast, said Hiruzen as he wiped out imaginary tear from the eye. Now I only have to prepare. That he was interrupted when Naruto put the papers on the desk. I love when people come prepared. Here, let me sign it. He signed it and gave it back to Naruto, while taking the part that was intended for him, or the village. What are you going to do with it? I contacted some worker from nearby civilian village, since people from here don't want to work for the demon, said the boy. They will build the fence around the training ground and build me a house. My clones will use seals to reinforce the high-quality stuff they will use, and after the fence is built I will create a barrier to make sure nobody will sneak in, see me training, or try to hurt me. The water and electricity supply is already taken care of. You thought of everything, huh? Asked amused Sarutobi. Of course, it will be my new home after all, said young Uzumaki. Yes, when will they come here and how many did you hire? Asked curious Sandaime. Well, I hired a little over 100 people that will stay at the training ground, so you won't have to worry about them, Gigi, said Naruto. Oh, okay, but when will they come? Asked Hiruzen. They're here for 2 weeks already, to bail. They already are finishing the fence and the house. They need only couple more days to bail, said blonde Uzumaki, scratching the back of his head with his right hand awkwardly. He, I should see this coming. Well, at least tell me when it's ready. Of course, bail. I have to go, Gigi. I promised Ayam-chan that I will help her close up today since her parents are going out today, said Naruto, and ran out of the office, missing the fond smile on the old man's face. 2 weeks later. Welcome to Yamanaka Flower Shop. What can I… Naruto. What are you doing here? Asked Ino. Are you going to ask me the same question every time I'll come here to buy something, Ino? Asked young Uzumaki. Of course not, it's just I could swear I saw you and your team chasing that damn cat, said confused Yamanaka heir. Oh yeah? I'm sending a clone to do those chores, and for team training it's a waste of my training time for me. Don't tell anybody though, said the boy dismissively. But how? Bunshin no Jutsu is more of an illusion than anything else, said Ino. There are many different kind of clones, most of them are not just illusions, said quickly Naruto. Wait, you said that you're sending your clone to your team practice to train? Couldn't you just train with them? Asked confused Ino. I have an Uchiha and someone with a transplanted Sharingan in my team. I'm not going to let them steal my jutsu. Besides, Kakashi didn't teach me or Sakura-chan anything useful, but he teach team at least one Katan jutsu. I have no reason to respect a jonin who plays favorites, said the boy seriously, but I'm not here for that. I need 2 bouquets this time and everything from this list. Okay, what about those bouquets? Who are those for? Asked the girl. One is for Akira Nachan, she's Hokage's assistant, very nice person and helped me couple times in the past. The second one is for Karoba-chan, she's wife of the man that owns Ichiraku Ramen, she was always nice to me. They both celebrate their birthday today, said Naruto looking around the store. And as for the bouquets, surprise me ended with a small, gentle smile which caused the girl to blush a little. She then looked at the list to distract herself. What do you need this for? Asked young heiress. I'm making new garden, so he stopped for a moment when he saw Yamanaka's shocked face. I like gardening, it calms me down, because if you didn't notice this before, I have too much energy, and it's causing me to go all hyper sometimes. Oh, okay. I will get that ready, said the girl as she thought he likes gardening. That's definitely a shocker. I bet Sasuke-kun don't even know how to AGH. God damn it. Why the hell am I comparing Naruto to Sasuke-kun? I can help you if you want, since some of this stuff weighs a lot to Bayo, he said, which brought small blush to girl's face. Oh wow, that's so sweet. Damn it, she thought, giving herself mental kick to the gut to regain her bearings. Sure, if you want to. It took them a little over half an hour to gather everything and for Ino to make 2 bouquets. During that time they shared small talk, well, more like the girl talked a lot while Naruto managed to squeeze in couple responses. Once everything was done, young Yamanaka heiress looked at all the things lying in front of her, but before she could ask, she should deliver it to the boy, took out black scroll and sealed away all the things from the list, then put his hand on the bouquets and they poofed out of existence. She looked dumbfounded for some time and snapped out of it when she felt that Naruto put a flower behind her ear, just like the last time. Are you going to give me a flower every time you come here? She asked and blushed slightly. Gigi said that beautiful girls should be given a flower once in a while. Besides, I doubt you will get one from team anytime soon. So you're giving me them out of pity? She asked as her eyes narrowed. Pity? I see no pity in giving a beautiful girl a beautiful flower. Gigi calls me a free spirit, because I do what I want, when I want and how I want, and even if something would be against orders or against the law and I thought it would be the right thing to do, I would do that. He's probably right, Databayo, said the boy as he scratched the back of his head with his hand. Ino blushed at being called beautiful by him yet again. He then looked at the clock and his eyes widened. Damn, I have to go. Here, keep the change, he said as he put money on the counter and ran up to the door. See ya around, to Bayo, he said over his shoulder, giving her a warm smile. I have fun today. Next time I'll need something, I'll come here for sure, Databayo, and with that he left. Yeah, see you around, said Ino quietly and took the money with quite generous tip, feeling a little disappointed that Naruto already left. Hokage office, 3 weeks later. Congratulations, Team 7, today I am going to give you your first C-rank mission. It will be an easy protection mission. You are to protect Tazuna, the bridge builder, on his way to Nami no Kuni and until he won't finish the bridge that is going to connect the island to the mainland. Bring the client in, said Sandaime, and couple seconds later an old drunk man walked in. What's this? They are all bunch of super brats. Especially the Shorem Gem. He was stopped by Anbu, who put a hand over his mouth, causing the blonde Uzumaki to tilt his head in confusion. Yes, regardless, tomorrow at 7 a.m. you will leave on your mission and start at Hiruzen and look directly at the young Jinchuriki. I want you to be on this mission, Naruto-kun. But it's just... No buts, Naruto-kun, that's final, interrupted him Sarutobi. Okay, said the boy, then took out a kunai and stabbed himself in the heart and poofed away. That was Shadow Clone? Asked Kakashi with voice barely above the whisper. Unfortunately, he was heard by Sandaime. You didn't know? Asked the aged leader as he narrowed his eyes at the jonin, who started sweating. We will talk about it after your return. Now dismissed. Later that day, Ichiraku Ramen stand. So, how long will this mission take? Asked Im as she was sweeping the floor. Couple weeks, maybe a month, answered Naruto as he washed the last dish since he promised to help her close the shop. Oh wow, I will miss the massages, said the young woman with a slight pout. And here I hoped that you will miss me, said the boy, smiling, indicating that he's joking. Haha, you know I will miss you, Naruto-kun, you're like my younger brother, she said as she ruffled his hair. Soon they finished everything and were about to go out. Im stopped the blonde before he reached the door by grabbing his wrist. When he looked at her, she wasn't looking at him, but he could clearly see that she was turning red. Since you will be gone for so long, I think that maybe we could I could help you in training your Henjutsu. Now Naruto blushed as well, and since the massages are pretty much perfected, so I think we should train next thing, she said, and her blush intensified. I don't think it's a good idea. The next thing is kissing, and both you and Akira-chan said that things like that one should do with her boyfriend/girlfriend, said Naruto. That's true, but as your new appointed adoptive older sister, I need to teach you how to take care of a woman, she said as she looked him straight in the eye. When she saw that he's not convinced, she hit him with something that she knew would work. Oh, I get it, I'm not good and attractive enough for you, she said as she pretended to be hurt, and it worked immediately. Oh, of course not. It's just, I don't think that sisters do something like that with their brother, said young Uzumaki. We're not really siblings, so it's okay, answered quickly ramen waitress. And I wouldn't want for people to talk bad about you because of me, said the boy. And I don't care, besides this is only for your training in Henjutsu, so now kiss me, she said and blushed even more. If that's what you want, said Naruto and pulled a little stool to take care of height difference, and without second thought captured Ayam's lips. At first the kiss was sloppy, but soon it was becoming more and more heated. Throughout the whole ordeal he was channeling chakra through his mouth and hands that were running up and down on both of her sides just like in the scrolls, sending waves of pure pleasure through her body. Soon Ayam moaned into the kiss, which he used to slip tongue into her mouth, just like it was said in the scrolls. After a couple minutes of their make-out session, the young Ichiraku was reaching her limit and was almost out of breath. But before she could pull out, Naruto grabbed her ass with both hands and squeezed it, sending her over the edge with the last jolt of chakra as she screamed into the kiss. I'm sorry. I'm not, interrupted him Ayam. They settled for silence for some time as he supported her until she regained strength in her knees to support herself. Once she could stand up on her own, she went to the restroom to refresh herself. He waited patiently, and once she came out he walked up to her. I think I know why this have so much effect on you, Ayam-chan. According to the scroll, the bigger difference in chakra reserves and potency of the chakra in Henjutsu user favor the stronger the effect Henjutsu will have, and since you're a civilian you have little chakra with low potency. To be honest though, I have a lot of chakra, and from what Gigi said the potency of my chakra is higher than anyone's in the village. So I'm sorry I didn't tell you before, Ayam-chan, said Naruto. Don't worry, it's not like I didn't enjoy it, young Ichiraku said, waving off his worries. Let's go, tomorrow you have a big day after all, she said as they walked out of the store, and she closed it, and once you return maybe we'll be able to train a little more, she thought as small smile perverted appeared on her face and she blushed. Are you okay, Ayam-chan? Your face got all red just now, asked the boy with worry written on his face. I'm okay, Naruto-kun, don't worry. If you say so, he said as he eyed her for a couple seconds. Well, let's go, because tomorrow I finally start my first real ninja mission, Databayo. Tazuna-san? Asked the pinkette. What? Asked an old drunkard. You're from the Nami no Kuni, right? What about it? Kakashi-sensei? Do they have ninjas in that country too? Sakura asked the jonin of the group, but before he could answer someone else did. No, they don't need them, said Naruto. Water should protect them from danger of the world. Lands like Nami no Kuni or Umi no Kuni had military significance when Yuzishio were around, but since said village fall at the end of the Dainiji Nikai Taisen, having shinobi stationed there would be a liability. Seeing shocked faces out of the corner of his eyes, he decided to elaborate. Gigi says that I should learn history to learn from previous Kage's mistakes, and since it's knowledge about my clan it would be kind of stupid to not know it. Before either of his teammates could question him, Tazuna did. You're an Uzumaki? You don't look like one, the bridge builder asked. Yeah, appearances are deceptive. In the end you look like homeless drunk without perspective, said the blonde with a smile, while the old man gained a tick mark. TCH, cheeky brat, Tazuna said as he took a sip of his sake, but then something caught his attention. You know, I saw that strange coloring of the Uzumaki swirl once when I was young, but that guy was wearing black kimono with gold cherry blossom petals? Yeah, I have it back at home, but I don't like to wear it, it's so formal, said Naruto, interrupting him. But I thought that it should belong to the bridge builder, started only to be interrupted once again by the blonde. Me and me alone, he said as he glared at the adult. The message in his cold electric blue eyes was clear: shut up, or you will regret it. I see, said Tazuna as he looked away. This did not go unnoticed by the jonin. Why weren't we told about Uzumaki clan, sensei? Asked shocked Sakura. I don't know why, but they should be mentioned since they helped in creation of the village, even though they had their own village to begin with. Mido-sama, the wife of the Shodame Hokage, was an Uzumaki, and she created some of the seals that are used to protect our village to this day, said Kakashi, not taking his eyes out of the book. I thought Uchiha and Senju created the village, said Sasuke with raised eyebrow. Uchiha gave the land, Senju connections, and Uzumaki clan gave the money to build it, said Naruto in a bored tone as he stepped over the puddle, seemingly not noticing it. Once Konoha Shinobi made couple steps, two Kiri missing nins came out of the puddle, and not wasting any time one of them jumped in the air with the intent to wrap the jonin of the group in their chain. Unfortunately for them, Naruto was only waiting for them to do that. When the one that jumped saw the blonde just above him, he was shocked, which was quickly capitalized by said genin, who kicked the missing nin in the side of his head, sending him head first into the tree, rendering him unconscious. "Gozu!" screamed the other attacker. Naruto, seeing the distraction in the other man, quickly created a clone and used it like a springboard. "I'm gonna fu," he started, as was interrupted by the blonde, who twisted in the air and kicked him straight in the jaw, breaking both the gas mask and the missing nin's jaw and sent him into another tree. Once Naruto landed, he took out two brown kunais and threw them straight at each of the missing nin's chest, and the rest of the group eyes widened even more when they thought he was going to kill the attackers. Just as the kunais were about to hit, they poofed out of existence, and were replaced by two small discs with the Uzumaki clan crest in the same colors as the one on young Genin's back. When the discs hit missing nin's chests, blue ninja wire shoot out of them and wrapped itself around the targets, and after a second it started to glow slightly. Naruto then took out Black Book and, without using any hand seals, once again created clones. This time two of them that wordlessly went to do their work. "You know, Naruto, I allowed them to attack, because I wanted to see who they were after," said the jonin of the group. "And I should care because," said the blonde, not looking up from the Black Book. "Is this how everybody else feels when I do that?" thought a little annoyed Kakashi. "Because I'm your sensei." Sensei is someone who helps you further yourself either mentally, physically, or in gaining new skills. You are sensei only to the team at this point in time, as you did nothing to become mine or Sakura-chan's sensei. This too were a threat to the team, so I acted accordingly," said Naruto as he finally found them in his bingo book, not caring about Kakashi that flinched a little at his words. "You're robbing them?" screamed shocked Pinkette. "Sai, according to the law pertaining missing nins, what you catch or kill is yours, so whatever they have on them is mine now," said young Jinchuriki, reading through missing nins' profiles. "Are you going to kill them?" asked Uchiha, causing the girl's and old man's eyes to widen slightly. "That depends on what they are wanted for," said the blonde as he was still reading, not caring about that both genins and civilian flinched. "No, they're wanted only for taking part of the rebellion against Yonde Mizukage. Nothing much," he added as he closed his book and put it away. "Why you would kill them?" asked young Haruna with a meek voice, making the boy to look at her. "You have to understand something, Sakura-chan, this world is not a perfect place. They," Naruto said as he pointed at the unconscious missing nins, "would kill you given a chance, and they would do that without second thought. But considering that overall you're a beautiful girl, death is easy way to go. There are people out there that have no honor, no humanity, that will try to catch you and use you as either sex slave or just rape you before killing you. Open your eyes, Sakura-chan, you are not a damsel in distress, and Sasuke is not your knight in shining armor. He is not strong enough to beat down every enemy we could encounter, for at this point he is as strong as newly appointed Chunin. Barely, and Kakashi wasted his potential of becoming S-rank long time ago, and have no chance against people like Itachi Uchiha or Kirigakure no Kaijin Kisame Hashigaki. Did you even think about what would happen if you got separated from everybody? This isn't a world for fangirls, Sakura-chan. The sooner you understand the better, because right now you are just as useless as our client," said young Uzumaki as his clone walked over and gave him two scrolls that were quickly sealed off in one of the storage seals on the original's glove and a photo. Naruto then unsealed two black scrolls with kanji for prison and gave them to the clone to do what he should as he looked up from the photo. "I was wrong. Our client is more useless than you, as he even forgot to tell us that there are missing nins after him," he said as he showed the photo to the rest of the group. Seeing no other way, the bridge builder explained everything: the situation with Gato, why he lied to the Hokage, everything. "You're stupid. If you would tell it to Gigi, he would come up with some payment plan or something. He wouldn't leave you alone," said the blonde, annoyed at Tazuna's actions. "I couldn't." "Couldn't what? Trust Gigi? Tell me, you stupid old drunkard, one thing, if you couldn't put your trust in Gigi, our Hokage, how can you put it in us?" asked Naruto, causing the old man to look down in shame. "Sigh, either way, I think we should go to Kanyu village. It's close and I can cash in the bounty for those two." "Won't it be easier to attack us in the village?" asked Sasuke as Sakura was quietly standing to the side, gripping the hem of her dress, desperately trying to hold in the tears after the tongue lashing she just got. "Attacking a civilian village brings hunter nins on your neck, so only one kind of people would do that, and I highly doubt we will encounter that kind of people on this mission," said Naruto as he took two black scrolls from the clone and immediately sealed them back, then took the brown kunais and put them back into the kunai holster while the clone dispelled. "And what kind of people would attack us in the civilian village according to you, Do?" the Uchiha asked. "Your brother kind of people, the kind that can easily take care of every hunter nin send after them, and I doubt someone like that would send two weaklings after us. The one behind those two is an A rank at most, so Kakashi should take care of it. Let's go," said the Uzumaki as he started walking with Tazuna in tow. You know I am a jonin, so I should give orders, said Kakashi, annoyed that Blonde was doing whatever the hell he want. And I don't care, said Naruto, waving over his shoulder as Sasuke joined him. Sai, no respect for your elders, Hatake said as he looked at his third student that didn't move apart from the slight trembling. He sighed once again and put a comforting hand on her shoulder. Let's go, he said, at which the girl just nodded and walked after the rest of the team, making the man sigh once again. Be a sensei, they said, it's an easy job. TCH, easy my ass. Later, Kanya village. Okay, started Kakashi, now that we're here we should find some place to. Naruto? Asked someone from behind, interrupting Kakashi. When all of them saw who it was, only the boy in question recognized the man. Kenta! Exclaimed the boy as he walked up to the grisly-looking man. What are you doing here? You know me, getting supplies, looking for a job, that kind of thing, but what about you? I see you became shinobi, said Kenta, smiling down at the boy. Yeah, I'm here on a mission. Oh, where are my manners? You don't have one to begin with, said the big man while laughing. It's funny coming from a man that was burping alphabet. Anyway, come on, I'll introduce you to my team and client, Blonde Uzumaki said as he led the man back to the group. This stupid pervert is Kakashi Hatake, jonin assigned to my unit, the boy said as he pointed at said jonin. You don't have it easy, I know Naruto don't like perverts. Wait, jonin assigned to your unit? Don't you mean sensei? Asked Kenta. Nah, he's just another letdown. Anyway, this team over here is Sasuke Uchiha. He's very arrogant, but funny to prank, and I think he's gay, said Naruto with a smile. I'm not gay, dope, screamed angered Genin, at which both the blonde and grizzly man laughed. Hee, this old drunkard over here is Tazuna, our client that claims that he know how to build bridges, said young Jinchuriki, and a tick mark appeared on said bridge builder's forehead. And this is Sakura Haruno. Hee, it's good that I left Mira at home, you know how possessive she is of you, said the man with a sly smile, at which the blonde blushed slightly. Well, we have to go since we have to find a place to sleep, said the boy, trying to avoid the look of a curious team, especially the girl that was slightly shocked that the man before her knew her name. You can come with me, the inn I'm staying in have free rooms, Kenta interrupted him. Cool, let's go, said Naruto, once again taking command, but yet again, everybody listened to him. So, Kenta-san, said Kakashi, gaining the big man's attention, how do you know Naruto? If Naruto don't trust you enough to tell you, why should I? Asked Kenta, successfully ending conversation. Next day, morning, local bar. It's still hard to believe that you can eat so much, said Kenta as he was looking at Naruto, who ended 12 bowl of ramen. Yeah, not to me, but that one definitely hit the spot, said Naruto as he patted his stomach. Oi, I want to pay. Do you have to always be so loud, dobe? Asked Sasuke, who just entered the bar with very quiet Sakura trailing behind. Team? What are you doing here? Said the blonde as he was paying for his and Kenta's meal. Kakashi sent us to find you. We're leaving, said Uchiha with a bored tone. Okay, I just have to use a toilet, and then we can go, said Naruto as he turned around. I'll go with you, said Sasuke. You're going to peek on me, aren't you? Asked the blonde as he was inching away from his teammate. I'm not gay, raven-haired Genin all but screamed. Yeah, sure, just don't think about trying anything funny, I prefer girls. HN, and with that they both went away. You know, Naruto told me many things about you, but never told me that you're so quiet, said Kenta, startling the girl a little. So, he told you how useless I am, said Pinkette as she was looking at her feet while rubbing her left arm with right hand. Useless? Asked shocked man. Why yeah, he told me that right now I'm as useless as our client after we were attacked by two guys, she said, tearing up a little. Well, then you probably are useless in fights, Kenta said, and when he saw that the girl before him flinched as if she received a physical hit, he quickly added, but then again, nobody is strong from the start, and I think Naruto knows it best. That boy trains insanely long and hard, because he wants to protect his precious people, like some people from my village, Ichiraku family, your Hokage, a man named Irika, some family from a weapon shop, two green-clad ninja, and you, said the man as Sakura finally raised her head and looked at him with wide eyes, especially you. That boy, he has no regard to his own life. All he cares about are his precious people and doing what he thinks is right, and if he falls doing one of these things he will go as a happy man, he said, looking down at his plate with a faraway look and fond smile, not looking at the wide-eyed shocked girl that was listening intently. He saved my younger daughter and wife from a madman, saved my older daughter from some thugs, knocked some sense into me after I've taken to drink after my wife miscarriage. When our home burned down he took us in, and after all of this he was shocked that we thanked him. I've just done what was right, There is no reason to thank me, he said the man as he laughed lightly as he looked back at the girl to defend him. He was probably scared that he wouldn't be able to protect you, one of his most precious people. I know that he might hurt you with his words, but knowing him as good as I know him, I think he is doing it for some reason. Can I ask you a question? Seeing as the girl nodded, he continued, why do you care so much? I mean, from what Naruto told me about you, you never really cared what he said to you or about you, so why? I thought all night about it, and I think it's because it came from him that it hurts so much. That Baka never said anything bad to me, no matter how awfully I treated him, and even though I always knew that I'm not the strongest person there is, hearing those words from him really hurt, said Pinkette, looking sadly at the floor as Kenta smiled at her fondly. With Naruto and Sasuke. You know, started Sasuke as he was washing his hands. Sakura didn't say much since yesterday. So? Asked Naruto. So? I thought that you like her. And? Asked Naruto, and when Uchiha's eyebrows started twitching, the blonde laughed lightly. You're right, I like her, but then again she likes you. Uzumaki smiled sadly as he put his hands on both sides of the sink and looked in it. Sigh, I am not as stupid as all of you think. I know that in our line of work people dies, and because of my recklessness my chances of living a long life are even slimmer. That's why I can and will be unpleasant if I have to. Hell, she can hate me for all I care, and I will bear that hatred with a smile on my face no matter how painful it will be for me. I will do everything to grant her bigger chances for survival, but to do that she needs to train. If I have to be her stepping stone, someone that she wants to overcome, then so be it. Said Naruto as he sighed once more and looked at the mirror. You know, I always wanted to become strong, to become Hokage. That way I can protect the village, its people, my precious people, and the villagers would put that faith in me and accept me as me. But to be top-notch is really something to think about. To have strength means you become isolated, and if you don't have someone to keep you grounded you become arrogant, although, at first you only sought what you had dreamed for. Argh. I'm getting all sentimental again, Databeo, said young Jinchuriki as he ruffled his hair in exasperation. You that s similar thing, said Itachi couple days before, he said raven-haired Genin as he clenched his fists. The blonde looked at him for a second in shock. I know it's not my thing and that I don't know what exactly happened, but do you know? Asked Naruto. What do you mean? Itachi killed them all, I know. It's just if he had similar thoughts to me, then he should do everything to protect his precious people, not kill them. And why didn't he kill you? From what Hiro told me once, Itachi was afraid war, or more importantly you participating in it, and even though he could snap, since he was an ANBU from a very young age, there always is a possibility. From many reports and archives I know that many people wanted to get revenge on people that are just as much of a victim as themselves. I'm not saying that your brother is innocent, or he didn't do that for some mambo-jumbo that he told you, but do you know exactly what happened back then? Not what your brother, GG, villagers, elders, the council of idiots, or your own feelings are telling you, but cold, hard truth? When Sasuke didn't say a word for a minute, he sighed once more. Let's go or Kakashi will weep. You can think after the mission is over, or not think at all. Your choice, said as he left the toilet with Sasuke in tow. So, this is a goodbye, said Keita as he raised his hand, that Naruto gladly shaked. Yes, say hi from me to everyone back at the village, said the blonde with a smile. Mira will be so disappointed that she couldn't go with me, said the man with a sly smile. Ugh, yeah, good luck with the job, see ya around, Databeo. Good luck with the mission, see ya, said Keita as he waved at the Genins as they left the bar. 4 days later, Nami no Kuni. Take Tazuna-san and run. You have no chance of beating him, screamed Kakashi, imprisoned in Suiro no Jutsu as he watched his Genins face off against 3 Mizu Bunshins. As long as he's keeping me trapped in this prison he can't move. Mizu Bunshins cannot go very far from his real body. Just run away, now, screamed Hataki, and Zabuza took that time to see the reactions. The target looks terrified, raven-haired brat and pink-haired brat are scared shitless, girl more so than boy, but the third one looks almost bored, like he don't give 2 shits about the killing intent or the situation he's in, thought the swordsman. Team, I have a plan, said Naruto, gaining Sasuke's attention. After I take care of the clones you will shot the biggest fireball you can at me, whispered Blonde. Even if you somehow dispel them I will hurt you with my jutsu do. Are you insane? Asked Sasuke, at which young Jinchuriki only smirked. Yes, said Naruto simply as he ran at the clones with a speed that young Uchiha could barely follow, meaning Tazuna and Sakura saw only a blur. Let's get wild, screamed Blonde as he neared the middle clone. You're fast but not fast enough, said the clone as he swung Kubikuru Bocho, cutting the boy in half. Naruto, screamed terrified Sakura. Not even a second later both halves poofed out of existence, and out of the first Naruto's shadow second one came out, and the 2 halves turned into 2 kunais that the blonde caught, and using that the clone in front of him was wide open to his advantage, cut his chest in an X-like pattern, dispelling it. Shadow step at this speed at this age, thought original Zabuza as he saw that Naruto used the initial shock and threw kunai at each of the clones' neck, dispelling them, all the time not taking his eyes of the real Zabuza, at which the man smirked. Brat skilled, said as he looked from the corner of his eye to see him equally shocked, but stored it for later. Katon, Gokakyu no Jutsu! Screamed Sasuke as he exhaled quite big fireball that was currently flying straight at young Jinchuriki. Naruto! Look out! Screamed Pinkette, but Blonde paid no heed to her warnings and stood his ground. When he felt heat of the fire on the back of his neck, he smirked, and quickly formed a half-ram seal. You're going down, you eyebrow-less freak, Databeo, said Naruto, and Zabuza glared at him, or rather at the kunai that appeared in the place he was in. Kawarimi no Jutsu, without smoke, without hand seals, or even calling out a name of the jutsu, it's a mastery to the point of Mikoto-sama, just like with the Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. How the hell did he end up as a class dobe, thought a shocked Kakashi. Futon, Daitapa, screamed Naruto as he sent a gust of wind straight at the fireball, making it larger, hotter and faster. Zabuza, seeing that, decided to cut his losses and jumped out of the way of the fire, freeing Konoha's Jonin in the process. Kakashi was about to stop channeling chakra to his legs and escape the fire by staying in the lake when he saw something out of the corner of his eye. His eyes widened when he saw a kunai sailing through the air next to the fireball. Not a moment later, though, the kunai was replaced by the blonde genin, that was for some reason upside down with hands clasped together, as if he was praying. Futon, Kaze no Ryu, screamed Naruto, and not a second later Chinese dragon made out of wind shot from in front of the boy straight at the ball of fire with amazing speed. Once it came in contact with the fire, in less than a second it absorbed the fire, and now instead of Chinese dragon made wind, a Chinese dragon made of incredibly hot white fire flew straight at Zabuza, while the blonde substituted yet again with the kunai just before he hit the water and appeared next to his team. The missing nin, seeing no other choice, quickly went through hand seals and purred as much chakra as he could muster. Suiton, Suryoden no Jutsu, screamed Swordsman as Chinese dragon made out of water raised from the lake and started a fight for dominance with the fire dragon that everybody watched intently. Soon both dragons dispersed each other, creating a steam that shot everywhere. That fucking brat, panted Zabuza, I'm gonna fucking. Suiton, Daibakufu no Jutsu, screamed Konoha Jonin. Kakashi, thought Swordsman as he saw the water flying his way. Fuck, said Kirigakyu no Kijin as he did the only thing he could in his situation, braced himself for the hit. Once the water went down, Kakashi jumped in front of the missing nin, who sat leaning against a tree that he was undoubtedly slammed against. Because of that, brat, I forgot about you, said Zabuza, forcing through the pain. And that was your last mistake, said Kakashi as the kunai he was holding started crackling with electricity, and when he was about to end the life of his opponent, 3 needles struck the missing nin's neck. When he looked up, he saw someone in a hunter nin mask, but to be sure he checked the fallen nin's pulse. He really is dead, thought Jonin. Thank you very much, said the masked person. I have been searching for the opportunity to kill Zabuza for a long time. That mask, said Kakashi, your Kiri's hunter nin? Impressive. You are correct, said the person, bowing slightly. Hunter nin? Questioned Sakura. Yes, my duty is to hunt down missing nin, said the person in even tone. I'm a member of Kiri's hunter nin team. From his voice and height, he's probably not much older than Naruto, yet he's a hunter nin, thought the Scarecrow. He's not a normal kid, but so is Naruto, he thought as he looked at said boy whose body was tensed and who was watching every move made by the new arrival as if waiting for him to attack. He's much stronger than I thought. Well, I don't want to stop you from your duty, said Kakashi as he stood up and walked to his team as the hunter nin appeared next to the body. Farewell, the person said, and disappeared with Zabuza's body. Now we have to get Tazuna-san back home, said the Jonin of the Let's Go. Ha! Super thanks, guys, said Bridge Builder. Come over to my house, and he stopped mid-sentence as he saw the man before him started falling. Sensei! Screamed Pinkette. Just as Kakashi were about to hit the ground, Naruto caught him by the back of his vest, glaring in the way the hunter nin left. What happened to Sensei? Chakra exhaustion. He will be okay, said the blonde as he created 2 clones and gave them the Jonin to carry around. We have to go. It's not safe here. What do you mean? After that, Swordsman started Tazuna, only to be interrupted by young Jinchuriki. Zabuza is alive, said Naruto, shocking all conscious people. What do you mean Zabuza is alive, do? Asked still shocked Sasuke. The points that Senbon's hit on Zabuza's neck are used for putting someone in a death-like state. I know that from learning about anatomy and pressure points while learning how to use Senbon, and I can do exactly the same thing with Senbon, said blonde Uzumaki. Then why the hell didn't you tell anything, Baka? Screamed Sakura. I'm gonna kick your ass, Shinaro, screamed her inner persona. Kakashi was on his last legs and fighting unknown enemy protecting you, old drunkard and Kakashi himself would be probably near impossible, because this person was not like those two weaklings before. This fake Hunternin is skilled and I choose to not engage them in battle today, said Naruto with a sense of finality in his tone. So he's going to super attack us again? Asked Tazuna. With his wounds, chakra exhaustion, and after being put in a death-like state he will need at least a week to recover, don't worry. Besides, Kakashi is a jonin, so he will come up with some plan hopefully, so there is nothing to worry about. Let's go to your house for now and lay him somewhere. We all deserve some rest. What are you looking at, you old drunk? Lead the way, Databeo, said Naruto. TCH, super cheeky brat, said the bridge builder as he started walking with the blonde following. Sasuke and Sakura only watched Naruto's back for a couple seconds. Is this really the same Naruto from the academy? The baka that was asking me for dates, thought Pinkett. Cha. Next time he calls us useless we should kick his ass, Shanaro, screamed her inner persona, that was completely ignored. Using jutsu without hand seals, sometimes without even speaking the name of the jutsu, plus that wind dragon and a speed that I could barely follow. How did you get so strong in such a short time, Dobe, thought raven-haired Genin, or maybe you were this strong in the academy. How far ahead are you? Oi, are you coming or what, Databeo? Screamed the boy in question, and they quickly joined him and left the scene of battle. That's your plan? Asked both enraged and annoyed blonde. You expect us to sit here and wait for our enemy to come to us? Are you an idiot? Naruto, ****, I can understand that you're worried, but this is the only thing we can do, said Kakashi sitting on his futon. Yeah, sure, you're just being lazy, or is it that you're doing this to get a rematch against Zabuza? Asked still angry Uzumaki. I understand that Hokage-sama allows you to do many things, but you have to remember that I am your superior, said Scarecrow with a strict tone as he glared slightly at the boy. Look into my eyes, Hatake started. Naruto. Coldly look into my eyes and tell me how much I care for that, said the boy as the tension grew in the room as they both glared at each other. Sensei? Asked Pinkett, catching the attention of everyone in the room and flinched slightly. The flinch was quickly caught by Naruto, who looked away. Well, if you couldn't beat Zabuza on your own, what makes you think that we can? She asked, not convinced about the Jonin's plan. Ma, you're forgetting that you guys helped me beating our opponent last time. Yeah, she helped a lot, said Blonde sarcastically, causing the girl to look down at her lap where she was holding her hands that were tightened into fists by now, for that comment reminded her about how useless on the battlefield she really is. I'm nowhere near Sasuke-kun level, and I thought before this mission that I'm better than Naruto, but now he might be even stronger than Sasuke-kun. Am I really that useless? Asked Sakura herself as she tightened her fists even harder and bit her lip to not cry. As I was saying, continued Kakashi, you're not going to fight Zabuza, but his helper, but now we have to train a little before that. Oh, that's rich. We had to be attacked by A-rank missing Nin for you to come down from your high horse and train us lowly commoners, instead abandoning me and Sakura-chan to teach team. What have to happen for you to train us seriously? S-rank missing Nins have to attack us? Maybe invasion on our village? Oh, I know. The war have to break out, said Naruto with excitement written on his face, only for all that excitement to be drained instantly, and with serious expression and eyes full of cold fury looked straight at the Jonin, who was frozen in place under Genin's sight. TCH, I don't need you and your training, you pathetic lazy bastard. I don't have time to wait and see if you graciously decide to see that you have 3 students, not 1, said young Uzumaki as he stood up, turned around and started leaving. Where are you going, Do? Asked Sasuke as he was the only one not rooted in place after his teammate rant. I refuse to be a freeloader, so I'm going to hunt something for dinner, said Naruto without turning back. Why, you don't have to, said Bridge Builder's daughter quickly. We have enough food to. She stopped when the boy raised his hand. We're going to stay here for some time, so the least I can do is to bring some meat and from time to time cook something. Please allow me to do at least that to repay your kindness, Tsunami-san, said Naruto with a small, gentle smile, and when the woman saw it a similar one crept onto her face. Okay, but when you will be cooking I'll help, is that okay with you? Asked Tsunami. Yes ma'am, said Blonde with a mock salute, at which the woman giggled a little. You can cook, Dobe? Asked shocked Uchiha. When you're alone you tend to pick up some things to survive, but what you can know, when you were always given everything on silver platter, said Uzumaki as he reached for a doorknob. Oh, and one more thing, Hatake, he said the Jonin's last name with distaste as he opened the door and looked back over his shoulder. His hair overshadowed his eyes, but the eye that could be seen froze Kakashi in the spot as it was full of silent cold rage, but at the same time it had calm and calculative look to it. It was a look the Jonin saw only in one person, and as if on cue Jonin could see a ghost figure behind the boy. Minato-sensei? Thought the man as the boy spoke. If you'll stand in my way of protecting my precious people, I will squash you like a bug, said Blonde, and with that he left. 3 days later. How can Sasuke-kun have so much energy? Thought Pinkette as she walked slowly back to Bridge Builder House from the training she and Sasuke were doing, the tree walking exercise. On the first day of training, Naruto visited them, and when he saw what they were doing, he turned around and said only one word: pathetic. Am I really that pathetic even when I'm trying to train properly? She thought to herself sadly, that's probably the reason why I'm still training even though I mastered it on my first day. Well, that and because of that Naruto is protecting Tazuna-san so that we can train. Her thoughts circulated on the blonde Jinchuriki who knew Naruto can cook so well. His meals are really good, and today I can taste it again, she thought as her mouth watered at the prospect of delicious food after the training. As she saw Tazuna's house, she quickened the pace, forcing through burning sensation in her legs. When she were about to walk past the kitchen window, she heard Tsunami saying something that stopped her in her tracks. And Sakura-san? Why are you cold to her, Naruto-kun? Couple minutes earlier, Tazuna's house. It's a beautiful necklace, said Tsunami as she looked like a crystal royal Uzumaki clan crest hanging on a black leather strap. It's the same thing you have on your back. Is it important to you, Naruto-kun? Asked the woman. She became rather close with the boy and found his presence enjoyable, and they talk a lot since he tried to help her as much as he could in these 3 days. Yeah, it's Royal Uzumaki clan crest. My clan crest, said the boy, smiling softly as he touched his necklace with a finger. Our royal? Asked shocked woman. Why yes, said Naruto as he cursed himself silently for his thoughtlessness. So you're like a daimyo or something? Daimyo of Yuzu no Kuni, as I am son of the last member of the royal line from what I gathered from information dealers on the black market, said Blonde as he went back to preparing dinner. So should I call you Naruto-sama from now on? Asked Tsunami playfully. No. Kami, no. Naruto-kun is good enough. I would appreciate it if you did not tell anyone too. I don't want anybody to know about this, said young Uzumaki. Of course, your secret is safe with me, said woman as she put a hand over her heart as if making a vowed daimyo-sama. She added playfully, at which he grunted, making her laugh. Besides, this necklace is special. It gathers chakra from air and converts it into healing chakra that is constantly flowing into me to speed up my healing rate that even without it is super fast. Because I'm an Uzumaki of the royal line, said the blonde with pride in his voice, which brought smile to the woman's face, and she ruffled his hair, which in return caused him to pout slightly, and then they both laughed a little. After this they settled in a comfortable silence working on a meal, but that silence was quite quickly broken by Tsunami that asked a question that was plaguing her mind. Naruto-kun, I was meaning to ask, why are you so cold to Kakashi-san and Sakura-san? Isn't Kakashi-san your sensei? He was never my sensei to begin with, playing favorites with team and abandoning me and Sakura-chan to the point that she's even weaker than before the graduation, and this plan of his? Making us a sitting ducks? He's putting all of us in danger because he's too prideful to ask for help from the village and too lazy to do anything else, said Blonde as anger was sipping through his words. Oh, I see, was the woman's intelligent reply as she was slightly shocked by the boy's answer. And Sakura-san? Why are you cold to her, Naruto-kun? Sakura-chan is different, said young Jinchuriki as he looked down at the vegetables that he was currently cutting. What does he mean by different? Thought Pinkette, that was now hiding under the window as she was listening in to the conversation. What do you mean, Naruto-kun? Asked Tsunami curiously. She's frustrating. She has so much raw talent that it's painful to see her waste it all to chase a guy who doesn't appreciate it. Hell, he doesn't even care for her. There are people that would kill to have a chakra control like her. I had to work 2 months day in day out to have half as good control of my chakra as she had before learning tree walking exercise. Maybe watching her throwing all her talent away is so painful to me because I don't have talent in ninja arts at all. Blonde laughed at the end, causing both females to raise an eyebrow. What do you mean by saying you don't have talent in ninja arts, Naruto-kun? Tsunami voiced hers and Sakura's question. From what my father told me, you're super awesome ninja, so how can you be as strong as my father said and have no talent? I train harder than anybody. Many times during training I broke bones, tore muscles and got many other injuries simply to get stronger. Nothing comes to me easy, well maybe besides Fuinjutsu, but even then I'm not that good in Uzumaki standards. Everything I know I learned through hard grueling work, all of that to be strong enough, said young Jinchuriki. Strong enough to do what? Questioned Tsunami.